to start Darkwind. I guess it
I think
depends
that
on if
makes
you're
sense.
playing with them or not.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, I need. Oh, that's not what I
Well,
wanted. I'll do this one. Oh, hello. Oh, I should probably announce it that we're doing a thing. I don't know who's gonna watch this game because literally they're
yeah.
all playing, but you know.
I made an event for it at least. Yeah, maybe people from RA will tune in. Oh, chat. I'll cast and play the game.
Yeah.
If they, I might just go jump with them so that we aren't late. Let's see.
Well, I'm gonna be hanging out.
I guess one of the master team players is in a solo queue game right now.
Oh,
Yikes.
yikes.
Alright, if it hits 5, I'm gonna jump over there.
Okay,
Oh, Manners is there. We did it.
we did it. Okay. We want to start with them?
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, we have the code. Boom. We hide in here. We give it cheese. Oh, that's not the stream link. That's the opposite of what the stream link would be. Okay. This is OMT C Chronos.
OMTC.
That means I need a different emblem here.
Game 1. I think we're gonna go join.
Are they blue? Oh, I don't need to change their logo? Pog? Unless there's this very slightly different. OMTC. Nope, they're the same. Sick! Look at how kind of prepared I was.
It's not much work. That's what's nice.
Sir Hirsch recognizes you? You have a fan in the chat?
Big fans. Oh, if I pause the stream, does my chat not scroll? I did.
Can you not pop it out?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Oh, Hirsch. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah,
He's-
not Twitch chat. Sorry,
No, yeah, not
game
Twitch
chat.
chat. Yeah, he manages all of the OMTK guys. I had to help. I had to message him about Master last week. So. Partying. I think Yuna's gonna make it. They're
Yeah?
ending the game.
Oh, good.
Send it.
Because I don't think you really want to fill in for the Masters team.
Well, I'm not a sub on that roster, so. Oh, please end it. Okay. They need to fight and just win. Oh, they're backing off for Baron. It's due. Oh, they got a pick.
Wait,
It's big.
What are you watching?
Sorry, I'm watching Yuna streaming him being late to the Masters game. Okay, they got a pick.
Where is he streaming it?
On his own YouTube channel or
Oh.
Twitch channel.
I don't think I have.
They
him
gotta
followed.
kill one more person and they win the game.
Is he not in the stream bot?
Okay. Pear's not. I'll have to add him. But they're ending the game. He's gonna just make it in. That's what it seems like.
He's got it linked. Okay.
Is it like?
Una TV. It's linked to his Discord,
Oh yeah.
so I can add him on Middle Sticks at least. Ooh, his stream's
Og.
only intended for mature audiences. Scary.
Your discretion is advised.
Well, despite the odds, all three of our teams are gonna make it.
With all their players.
It looks like OMTC might not be here though.
Yeah.
We're
Rule Shark time.
Oh, they just got invited. Here they come. Okay.
Yeah, just in time.
I'd hate to shark him, but like with playoffs on the line, you
If
kind
you're
of
on,
have to.
yeah, if you're, yeah, I don't shark until it matters.
And then sometimes
That's
you
my
wish you'd gone
philosophy.
back and sharked, right?
Yeah.
Outport cards is still in gold. Unlucky.
The tragedy.
Imagine being a gold rank player, right?
Yeah, imagine. Yeah. I wasn't. I've never been gold, actually.
Same.
Definitely not in the past week.
I mean, I Oh god, I was gonna talk and then I hit yawn in the middle of it. Sorry. uh, I don't know. I can't get out of bronze apparently, so.
It's tragic. Wait, are you supporting though?
Yeah,
Supporting in bronze is
it's a thing for sure.
Yep. I mean, unless you're playing like Chad, Talia, one shot the enemy team by myself or something, you know, or like Pike, but relying on your teammates to either do damage or engage on your damage or engage on your CC is.
I'm becoming a Pike one trick because of his Ashen Knight skin anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a good route to go.
I'm really bad at him though. I don't know. It just doesn't work in my head. Wait, TSM won a game? That's illegal. Okay, turn that off. Yeah, I don't know. People always just have stuff to dodge my ult, and I don't know. Maybe I don't play the mind games well enough. It just feels like every Pike I'm against always just has their ult up. It's undodgeable, like
yes,
100% of the time. But then when I play it, it's like, oh, this is actually really hard to hit. And
no, I agree. I feel the exact same way. Like I get Pike on ARAM, and I just feel like I'm running it every game. Or like I've played a couple games of Pike, and it's just like I can't hit my ult to save my life unless they're CC'd.
Or everybody else gets the kills, like right as I'm about to dive in, it's just like, that was worthless. Oh, Yabby's just flexing on us with his duck and pork buns. Alright, we got a draft link.
Spectator.
Lexus 2004 Lexus GX 470 just went live. Thank you, Twitch, for notifying me.
I thought you'd want to know.
What is this draft wall? Burned through 15 minutes of this Champs Luck music before we even started.
Well, if you're not starting at 5:10, then are you even playing League of Legends? Oh, Sir Hesh. I didn't know. I don't know. Sir Hesh on this team normally.
Our top is in the middle of the ocean for 4 weeks.
Ah. That'll do it. They have an E sub or something?
That's what he says. Hirsch is their sub top, and then I'm guessing they're in different roles maybe to make that work.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyway,
make draft interesting.
Oh, we're in. We're drafting.
Here we go. We are indeed drafting.
Go. Okay. I'm supposed to do a spiel. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Runeterra Academy Week 5. I'm Maris. My co-caster is Lipo Lane. We've got every one of our teams pretty much playing right now, so we're going to jump around quite a bit, but we're starting with Darkwind. Darkwind 1-3, facing off against 4-0 Omega Titan Esports Kronos. So, big game. They need a win in this game in order to stay alive for playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're statistically eliminated with a loss.
They're like, maybe like super small chance that if they lose and win the next two, they have to have some insane tiebreakers happen.
Even if they win out, I'm pretty sure they're in tiebreakers. So
yeah, they are, but it's a lot better shot if they win out.
So yeah, a lot on the line for Darkwind. Crowstorm similarly needs a win in their game, but they've got a little bit easier draw for themselves as they're taking on OMT Athena, and our Masters team sitting at 4-0, taking on Mint Gaming Mirage. We'll jump in there later, maybe, hopefully, and see how they're doing, but that's just for #1 seed in their group, which technically small potatoes compared to just qualifying for playoffs, but there's a draft happening in front of us. So Darkwind has banned Leona Nautilus Hecarim, and OMTC has banned Diana Gwen Volibear. First pick the Ezreal, counter Seraphine. Lane, I'll let you talk.
Yeah, I mean, I think OMT Kronos really scouted well here. Diana, Gwen, and Volibear, all pretty strong picks in the meta. Really good bans there. And then we see double support bans out from RTM. I think they're probably trying to cover, would be my guess, for this Seraphine Sivir lane that they've drafted for themselves. And then obviously just taking away the Hecarim because it's really strong. But yeah, Ezreal, the Ezreal first pick going away from like stealing from what Yabi usually does. I think it's kind of interesting to see that we don't see Zeri, we don't see Jinx, we don't see Caitlyn, all really premier picks right now. And we're going to see 2 different ADCs this game. So it should be pretty interesting, pretty refreshing. For RTM, I think the Seraphine also gives some potential to flex it, potentially mid, potentially support, potentially ADC. So it'll be interesting to see where that ends up.
Ooh. And the Shen takeaway. So
yeah,
they definitely did their homework. The Ezreal and Shen both feel more like takeaways than picks themselves, I guess. Although it does set them up for, you have 2 global ults with the Stand United, with the True Shot Barrage, and they're champions that play together fairly well. As you can like Arcane Shift in to set up Shen ults, Ezreal can be elusive and get out. It's a very nice setup so far. And the Trundle going to be locked in for Darkwind. It's harder to see what this comp has set up for ROTM, I guess. You have the AoE crowd control, you have everybody moving very fast, and you have Trundle, who is traditionally just your early game coverage jungler, and pretty decent counter into single tank comps. So
yeah, I mean, I think seeing the Shen makes Trundle a lot better, but I also think with all the junglers that were off the table, with Diana, Volibear, and Hecarim, I think Trundle is actually up there in what's left on the board. So picking at last pick red side and being able to ban another couple junglers out here really cuts down on the jungler pool. So I kind of like RTM picking it there. Also just really has a lot of 1v1, 1v2 potential with his R. So and seeing that they pick Shen there for Kronos makes him more valuable, obviously, because they know they have a tank guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. OMTC, the TF ban, you'd expect Ornn to be banned here, but they're not trying to pinch Vbon's pool the same way that other teams have, and they're even throwing out a Xin Zhao ban.
Well, this is Cardinals, so...
Oh, it's Cardinals. Well, never mind. He still plays the Ornn, though.
Yes, he does.
But I guess that does potentially open up a Trundle top. Is that something that I was like, oh man, they took Shen away from Cardinals and they got. Okay, no, I'm
This is
just mixed around.
interesting by RTM. I think since you know Shen is gonna go presumably top, picking 80 tops here is just better. I feel like because then you'd save your mid lane counter pick, which
Yeah, it felt like this was a spot for Cardinals, but yeah, interesting Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai would be a takeaway from Pickaxe, but again, you know that he's playing the. Unless they've got the scouting that we don't. Like, Cards could definitely be playing the Trundle top, I guess. That would be a direct lane counter to the Shen. Although it doesn't
Right.
feel like one of the stronger Trundle matchups just because of the Spirit's Refuge. Makes it a little harder for Trundle just to, completely bully and win lane. Anyway, we have
Yeah.
Corki v Syndra. How exciting. We had all that drama for Corki v Syndra.
That's true. I mean, what's nice though is with Corki, you have a really nice target to ult. So I feel like both these last picks for OMT Kronos were really nice pairings with the Shen. Rek'Sai going to be going in anyway. And it's kind of an early game jungler that's trying to look to make plays around 6, especially after he gets his, what I presume is going to be a why can I not remember the name of it? The assassin jungler item, or the
Prowler's
assassin
Claw?
item where you jump. Yes, thank you. But yeah, he's really strong off of one item because he guarantees a knockup because he can just fly to you. And then pairing that with the Shen gives him the tankiness he needs to survive. I'm also not surprised to see Cardinals go Wukong, but I don't think it's the best pick. A lot of people like playing the Shen matchup into Wukong, kind of neutralize his really strong laning. And also, he doesn't get as much use out of his passive gaining that armor, just because Shen does a lot of magic damage. So, yeah, I feel like OMT Kronos really has the better of the draft here. But I think also both teams have things and clear ideas of what they want to play around. For RTM, that's that strong top side, and then for OMT Kronos, it's going to be playing safe bot and allowing this Rek'Sai Shen to kind of make plays around the map in the early game and stabilize with the scaling Ezreal and Corki in the late game.
Yeah, I'm envisioning these team fights, right? And I think that that's what's
Yeah.
the most interesting thing, is you have like the Sivir speed up in order to get Wukong into a better position for his Cyclone. And then you have kind of the AoE damage that Sivir, Seraphine, and Syndra can bring. And that feels like a kind of a distinct, combo, a distinct 5v5. It's maybe going to be harder because it does rely so much on the Wukong to set up everything that if Cardinals gets
Or
behind
good
early,
Seraphine ult.
yeah, that's harder to initiate with though, right? You have to have everybody lined up, everybody, ready to go immediately. The Wukong is at least more guaranteed. Maybe not guaranteed is the right word, but it's more reliable than the Seraphine ult. But for OMTC, it's a lot of like kite and peel back and just try to keep your distance with the Corki and the Ezreal. And if they can stay alive in the fight, they probably win.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's kind of the whole point of the comp is just let's get some scaling down. Let's try to neutralize our early game with this Rek'Sai Shen, make some early plays, get gold onto our carries so that we just win later. For RTM, it's going to be a lot of trying to play through the strong side of top. Because it's Ezreal Nami in the bot lane, Sivir and Seraphine are be able to scale. Both those lanes are probably going to both scale, so you really want to try to utilize your strong lanes in the Wukong and Syndra. And I think honestly, if you're RTM, you also want to look towards maybe an early Rift Herald, get some extra plates, and just put pressure on this like Shen pick so he can't really leave lane.
Yeah, I do worry a little bit about OMTC's ability to start a fight, because it's hard to initiate with this comp aside from walking up and saying, hey yo, you want to fight, and the other team opting in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shen is not like the best engager. He's usually a secondary engage, and so what they're gonna really be relying on is Rek'Sai going in with the Prowler's Claw, getting on top of a carry, popping it up with the Shenar. And I think they have really good isolation damage, like finding one pick and then being able to kill. But yeah, the extended team fight is going to really rely on them poking down first with the Corki and Ezreal, and then um, looking to get a pick with the Rek'Sai Shen combo. But yeah, like you said, there's really not the easiest ways to like multi-engage a team fight. You've got the Namiar, you've got like Corki package push Shen, but it's going to be a lot of just positioning and I think jostling for both these teams instead of 5v5 takens by OMT Kronos, where RTM's really trying to look for that 5v5 initiation.
Yeah. Well, 2 minutes to go in our spectator delay. Thanks, guys, for joining us here on the stream. If you don't follow the stream, please hit the follow button below us, as that really does help support the team. And yeah, this is week 5 of Runeterra Academy. It's the last week for senior division, and still third to last for juniors, right? There's still 3 more games to go. I think
Yes,
that's right.
yeah. This is the first of 3 games.
Yeah.
So they got yeah.
So
7-week regular season.
yeah, still a little bit to slog through for the junior teams, but very important that they get the job done here. Again,
yeah, for sure.
a loss all but eliminates Darkwind from the competition.
Yeah.
And a win.
The 1% chance they'd need the Shelka run to be able to make playoffs.
Yep, and a win just buoys their chances right now. I think it was something like 5% chance to qualify for playoffs already.
Yeah.
But this is the big hurdle. Last couple of games a little bit easier, at least in terms of current record for them. So really need to see something here from Darkwind, or they might be headed home early from the tournament. I'm gonna pull up the Foldy sheet. Let's see.
Yeah, it's 3% chance that they make playoffs, and then like 15%, I think, that they
18.
have
so
a
yeah,
tiebreak.
4% to make playoff. 3.71% to make playoffs.
Yeah.
Or 18.24 to be a tiebreaker. So.
Yep.
Not great chances, but you win and those go up.
Yeah, and I think especially with the 2 games that come after this, they've got one team that's tied in record with them and one team that has yet to win a series. So at least on paper, should be a lot easier matchups. So this is the big one. I feel like this is the do or die game for RTM Darkwind, and really need to put on a good showing here.
Yeah, I think the harder thing to consider at this point, though, is they've already lost to the 3 teams that they could potentially tie with for the tiebreaker. So you have to jump them in the standings or create a 3-way tie scenario with OMTC, which is going to be. That's why these chances are so low for them. But a win here, they can at least heads held high. They took down the undefeated team, regardless of how the rest of the games shake out. But we're loading in.
Yeah.
You're going to see a black screen for a little bit on stream because for some reason the transition takes forever. And away we go into game number 1. Somebody had followed. Kamikaze Kitten. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
It's a great name.
Well, will the Riot Spectator client be kind to us today?
That is always the question. I'm really hoping so, but
Yeah, we can take a look at some of these keystone runes. First Strike for Corki is kind of interesting. More interesting, I think, is the Ignite that he's chosen to bring. And then Pickaxe opting for Lethal Tempo. I'll let you tackle that in any order you want.
yeah. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised. I feel like rune-wise, seeing Conqueror Rek'Sai is a little interesting. Maybe suggest he won't go for that Prowler's Claw, because usually you're looking for like Hail of Blades. So We'll see what it's doing there. Sorry, my cat's meowing at me, so I'm gonna let him out really quick, and I'll be back for the start of the game.
Man, cat break. Unlucky. We'll see how long the start of the game actually takes. This is quite
Yeah,
a loading screen.
I'll definitely be back in time. All right, kitty secured. We are back. Ooh,
Unable to download
mine
spectator
crashed.
client data.
Yeah,
Nice. Let's go. Okay.
well, maybe we won't be watching this game. I'm gonna try to reconnect, and we'll see how we go.
I don't actually have any of them added. Oh yeah, Cards unfriended me. The bastard.
I've got.
Were you able to?
Always do the op.gg.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, the reload saved for me, so.
Okay. I'm on OPGG. Cardinals 29. Live game. Spectate. I do want to keep this. Thank you for letting me know, computer. I know that this might be harmful, but I'm going to run it anyway. Thank you. Okay.
I'm glad that at least out of the spectator things, Riot has
Oh, I'm
not
in.
left a blank. Oh, are you in?
I'm in. Let's go.
All right.
What am
We
I
did
trying
it.
to do? Okay, there we go. I'm like hitting keys on my keyboard out of muscle memory, and I didn't know what I was trying to do. Okay, I'm in. Let me speed up a little bit. There's so many pings.
Yes.
Okay,
I am at the furthest it'll let me, so
we're 5 pointing.
111,
111.
112,
Jeez.
113.
Okay, yeah, I'm at 50 seconds, so
Okay, I will pause.
No,
You let me
I'm
know.
going double speed, so
Okay,
I'll
cool.
catch up to you eventually. Hopefully, nothing important happens immediately.
Yeah, nothing did. Nothing did. We just 5-pointed. Our teams are going to lane. We got both jugglers starting top side.
Nami started W and used it on Ezreal in the bush. Oh, to fake the leash, to look like she healed
Yep.
for the leash. That's kind of clever. But also the missing ping's top, so I think Darkwind's going to be relatively aware of that.
Yeah, I mean they know Shen's gone, so that's a good poke there already from this Sivir Seraphine lane.
Yeah, Yabby and Banana. This is actually the first game of Bananas I've got to cast, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, that is funny. I mean I've subbed for 2 games and then they had like a midweek game, so yeah, Yabby looking pretty confident on the Sivir. Definitely not the most influential pick, but it will have Prio for this Trundle, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's something Yabby's always done. He has his champions that he plays, and he plays them regardless of whether they're in meta, and then sometimes he just builds old builds, and it'll be interesting to see what he goes for. He's got the fleet footwork, so I imagine it's a crit Sivir rather than the big lethality Sivir. But Sir Hirsch and Cardinals with some pleasantries up in the top lane, and Cards is hurting a little bit right now. We'll see if he can regen up and start to win some of these trades. Pickaxe is going for a blind invade of the Raptors, but meanwhile, there's the level 3 gank potentially bottom lane from Acid, thereby getting pretty low. The Boomerang Blade doing quite a bit of damage, but in comes Acid, the Ignite ticking down by now. Flash for the knock-up in the Queen's Wrath. There's a double kill for Rek'Sai, and Cards trying to get onto Sir Hirsch in the top lane. He gets the grass proc for the heal, but it's 2-0 down in the bottom lane. An early lead for OMTC.
Yeah, and that's just a really nice play there. The Rek'Sai matching, being able to start top and then path bot when you know you have a pushing lane with the Sivir or Seraphine. Able to find 2 kills there even is super big.
Pickaxe is walking in. He's going to interrupt the recall of Ezreal and try to find 1 kill, but also when the Acid are still in the area, Chomp, couple of autos, the flash forward, not going to get it. The burn from the red buff isn't going to be enough, and Brooks picks up his first kill on the Ezreal. So 3-0 to start off with, and already almost a 2,000 gold lead for OMT.
Yeah, that's really, really rough for RTM. But yeah, OMT Chronos just playing this early game really, really well. I think that's probably a kill that doesn't need to happen for Pickaxe. And worst thing is he blows his flash as well. So um, yeah, I mean it feels like you are gonna see Rek'Sai down here a lot, especially with a blown flash on the Seraphine. Obviously, not a lot of escape tools, and this lane just going to be continuously shoving, just as the nature of Sivir is, you know.
Yeah, Sivir doesn't have to shove though. You're not
True.
Tristana. You don't automatically shove. It's just you use your W and you shove.
Right.
So it might be good to see Yabby use a little restraint on his W button and just try to bounce some of these waves back toward them. But that's also not very Yabby style. So here we go, blindly shoving back into the tower. Once again, they do have some good wards though, so Rek'Sai'd have to take kind of an inventive route to get in there unspotted.
Yeah, and I mean that's really good to have that. And I think OMTC is just getting everything they want out of this early game. Rek'Sai with 2 kills. That's what you want in your early game jungler, kind of stabilizing in the early game so that you can have a late game promise of the Ezreal and Corki. And yeah, just really, really, really strong early game so far.
Yeah, Yabby trying to shove this wave, but Brooks has been really aggressive with his double buff, even getting a little bit more chip damage. Yabby gonna flash forward though, also very low and gets taken down. So Yabby with a kill kind of against the run of play so far. Heal from Banana, and they keep him alive. Oh, not quite alive. It's the trade kill, but a double kill for Yabby will get him right back into the game.
Yeah, that's huge. They're finding the 2v2 kill there, really in a lane that should be really far behind in, especially since you've got Yabienda that's went back and got a Colt. It's not like you get like a big item on that death. And so now he's just going to get extra farm, and 2 kills onto your Sivir really feels good.
Yeah, Cyclone in the top lane used level 6 hit for cards. He's going to flash forward and the chop for the kill from Pickaxe. And all of a sudden, our TM have turned it right back around. They're back even in gold, and it's 4-3 in kills.
Yeah, that's so big for RTM, able to find kills across the map, one facilitated by the jungler, and it looks like um, Cards did a really good job of hitting 6 first. Sadly, we weren't able to see how he was able to get that advantage, but he's already up 20 CS in this lane and another kill. I mean, Shen will neutralize that with the wave coming in a little bit, but yeah, seeing Trundle top side, it's going to give OMTC the dragon here.
Yeah, Acid going to go ahead and take the dragon. Banana walks in and spots everyone doing it. Maybe regretting that just a little bit, down to 150 health, but with Yabby there with the double buff, that's going to be enough to at least make sure that Banana's fine. And he'll be able to walk it on back to base and continue to stay at level 4 for a little while longer.
Yeah, I think what's also really big is Sivir did get those double buffs, and especially the blue buff is so big for Sivir. Being able to, she's a really big mana user, which is why I think you see a lot of the Mana Mune builds. But yeah, going to be able to just chuck Qs out willingly, and sitting on that pickaxe, they're going to hurt.
Yeah, kind of interesting. It is a Q max for Yabby.
Oh my.
Yeah, Acid is here. That's a huge chunk of damage with that Boomerang Blade. Acid is here. Spell Shield only on an Ezreal Q, so Yabby trying to get away has the On the Hunt. This Guardian Shield isn't quite enough, and now the bubble lands on to Banana. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Pickaxe and Cardinals have renewed their pursuit onto Sir Hirsch, getting him under tower. That's a big slow from the Blade pull-through, but Sir Hirsch blows his flash, so a potential return up there. Meanwhile, E-Girl Bender has roamed his way from the mid lane to find Pickaxe. Flashes forward, getting the autos down. The pillar to try to disengage. Do they have the damage? The smite, it isn't going to heal you, Pickaxe. That's a lane minion, and he's got nowhere left to go. It's going to eventually go to E-Girl Bender. Would almost like to see that go over to Sir Hirsch on the Ezreal, if you, or on the Shen. I'm all mixed up. On the Shen, if you get to choose. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think having it on the Corki, just able to get some more scaling, is pretty decent.
Oh no, I meant if you're Pickaxe, you try to give it to the Shen rather than hide it out that way. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That was unclear, I realize. Stun from Lost, as Acid has roamed his way to mid lane. What do you think of the summon Airy on Lost? Is that...
Yeah, I don't... think that's very normal. I mean, I think usually you see the Comet. It's not like you're getting anything out of its shield, but maybe the only, I think, redeeming quality of it is that you have it up on a shorter cooldown. So if you're going to be using like your auto attacks to abuse Corki more, it can be pretty decent.
I'd always played Electric Cube, but that's maybe also not correct. Anyway,
Oh my.
1v1 up in the top lane. Cards is starting to chunk through him. Oh, the little shield might have saved his life as Sir Hirsch is able to get out with his passive shield. A lot of damage coming through from Lost, but he's low on mana. That's not even really a dive. He just bonks him with the stick and walks away.
Yeah, I mean, you can really see the focus coming out from the teams of like where they want to play. Rek'Sai just getting kills bot, and then you've got...
Ooh, the bubble lands into the True Shot Barrage. Yabby pretty low. The heal should get him out. That Boomerang Blade, when that hits, does so much damage, but it's hard to hit,
especially
it seems like, for
pieces,
Yabby. Yeah. Plus, the sustain is pretty good from the Nami lane. Just one part there. Another slow. Banana going to take a Q. Already, yeah, the Sheen plus the Caulfield's Warhammer, the damage starting to stack up from Brooks pretty nicely as well.
Yeah, and I mean, him getting 2 kills around these bot side plays has been really big for him. Ezreal not known for the excessive amount of damage in the early game, but picking up that Sheen and Caulfields allows him to poke a lot more freely. And that gets accelerated, obviously, when you get those kills. So really nice to have that.
Yeah, Nami E helps that out, too, the Tidecaller's Blessing.
Yeah.
God, there's so many things I want to talk about. Number one,
a lot to it.
Number one, there's huge CS leads in bot and top lane right now
Yes.
for Return to the Middle Sticks. That's the reason why the gold is even. Number two, what is this Corki build? Why is he going Ravenous Hydra first?
That is pretty interesting. I can't say. I cannot tell you.
Yeah, stun from Lost, E-Girl Bender trying to get away, the Pillar to follow. They're going to get the Shen ult.
Nice.
Do they have the damage? They'll chunk right through it with the Unleashed Power from Lost in rotation. And now getting the Cinder involved, they'll translate that into some plates in mid lane as Yabby and Banana swing on over. But in comes the Tidal Wave from Nami to try to get the Encore, not doing a whole lot to stand up, 1 for 1. Now the second kill falls as well as Acid able to get on and chomp down on Yabby. Shelly breaks through a couple of turret plates, but it's 2 for 1 on the extended, well, I guess 2 for 2. 2 for 2 on the extended
Nami
train.
Corki died.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think the big thing is that you get a lot of turret plates down. I think RTM really, really smartly rotated their bot lane mid. And I really want to commend Pickaxe for holding his pillar for after the Corki W'd, not just immediately doing it off the Syndra stun. But yeah, Wukong also already on his Hullbreaker, which is going to make this lane so hard for Sirhesh, already down almost 60 CS.
Yeah.
On the back side of that, they do get the dragon, though.
Did you watch LEC this morning?
I did not.
Well, Yabby going to get packaged in by E-Girl Bender. Flashes back over, just able to stay alive. I'm not going to get a chance to talk about it.
Wow, that packet was slowing them in a bush, but you couldn't even see it. That's so interesting.
Yeah, that ability just hides a little bit sometimes. Big shutdown for Yabby, though, as they're able to pick off Acid. Lost. Oh, trying to get the little extra stun duration over the wall. The True Shot Barrage does a bunch of damage. That's going to force Darkwind to flee. But a good pick in the bottom lane. A big shutdown going to Yabby. Meanwhile, in the top lane, yeah, Cards is really doing some work up here.
Fun.
Yeah. So there was it was the Fnatic Vitality game, or I don't remember. There was an auction top that built fucking Hullbreaker.
Oh my god! You know it's gone too far when you've got that champion building it.
Not just built it, but first buy like this was sitting on Doran's Blade Hullbreaker, and that's Anyway, that item's pretty good, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking to team fight a lot, it's really not worth the value in it. But Wukong here, already up 2 levels, it just makes him so much stronger and harder to deal with for the Shen. And even that is kind of scary there. Shen just being down so much gold. I mean, Rek'Sai can maybe finish him off, but you've got so many resistances from the Hullbreaker that even the 2v1 now is pretty scary.
Auction top. I'm still disgusted by auction top with Hullbreaker.
Yeah.
Lost is doing
I
a lot
think
of
if you're splitting, it's really worth.
yeah.
But like you lose a lot of the stats if you're team fighting with it.
So that's kind of interesting.
Wow.
Egirl Bender just wanted the Tiamat early. It looks like just for the wave clear to try to keep up with the
Mm,
Syndra, and then is
yeah.
going man immune into the regular build afterwards. That's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. It's a different take on it. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just different, I think. But
Yeah, it's definitely very deceptive.
yeah, they're looking
Oh
for the
boy,
2-2 up in the
this
top
could
lane.
not
In
be good.
comes the Cyclone. Flash away from Sir Hirsch. Cards just trying to get the range of this one. They're going to use the Shen ult in the same lane. Are they going to follow through? Pickaxe pretty
Oh
low,
my.
but it just doesn't matter. Cards bonks him down with the stick. Lost in a little bit of trouble, though. Dodges out of the Foss Bomb, but the Gatling gun is enough damage for Egro Bender for the solo kill in mid for the Corki.
Yeah, that plus the ignite was just too much. I think Lost did a good job dodging ours there, but really nice solo kill from Egro Bender.
Yeah, bubble gonna land from also. Just gonna spur even bigger. The Gale Force from the Sivir. I think catching him maybe a little bit by surprise, but Brooks still going forward. Not quite able to hit that Q. Good heal timing again by Yabby to try to keep his support alive. And now body blocking. Meanwhile, up in the top lane now, Egro Bender does steal the blue, actually, with the missile barrage. Teleport coming in from Lost. Just comes in and ults the Nami, takes her down underneath the tower. They're trying to track down Brooks as well. Everybody is so low. In comes the teleport from Sir Hirsch. Lost, greeting maybe just a little bit here. Now getting taunted up. Finally finds the kill onto Brooks, but in comes Acid. ROTM trying to regroup. A second teleport coming in from Cards. Yabby trying to kite back away, but he just doesn't have any tools left. It's a shutdown for Acid. And now Cards is in. He's going to be the one that decides this fight as Cards takes him down. The auto from Lost as he picks up 3 kills during the course of that fight and is now 4-1 on the Syndra. Overall, a 1-kill advantage for Return of the Middle Sticks in a kind of crazy little fight down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, just every time somebody got killed or got low, there just seemed to be another person that randomly appeared in the bot lane, and at the end of it, RTM just up 4K. I mean, you see the CS lead starting to pile up here, and then just like the double teleport from ROTM, committing those resources, making sure they get the kills onto their solo lanes. It's starting to get really difficult for RTM or OMT Kronos to find plays with the Shen, just because he's so far behind and not very tanky.
Yeah, this dragon feels like kind of an important one for RTM to kind of tip back everything and really exert their hold over the game. Tower going to go down in mid lane, give them a little bit of mid prio as the dragon spawns here in 5 seconds. Acid hanging out, just throwing some Prey Seekers over the wall. But everybody is here. We have all 10 people in the river, well, close to the river, I guess, near the dragon. Good sidesteps from Cards as he's got to be careful. ROTM regrouping now toward the bottom side of this dragon. True Shot Barrage just going to be spell shielded by Yabby, but that is down. Yeah. 5 seconds on the Sivir ult. They're going to try to turn on the Wukong to start off with, but that's not what you want to do. He just rolls through with the 3-man Cyclone, as now Yabby hits the On the Hunt on the other side. They're kiting back toward the dragon. Have to be careful not to overextend here. Brooks going forward. Not quite able to find that damage either way. A lot of damage over the wall, though, from the Seraphine and the Sivir. Have meant that OMTC are going to have to back off for the time being. Also still pressuring in. Brooks is still full health over the wall. Yabby not quite able to interrupt that recall. Acid hanging around. He's regened a lot of health after taking his Raptors. Dragon being kited back out. Pickaxe taking it low down to 2,000. Acid going to get charmed up by the Seraphine. The Shen ultimate comes through, but it's just not going to be enough. The Dragon and the Rek'Sai fall at the same time. Nami soon to follow as well. Egro Bender has the package, though. Does he go for it? Is he a daredevil? Where's this coming? The True Shot Barrage comes through. It's going to take Banana low, and it looks like everybody's going to successfully back off for ROTM.
Yeah, I love how patiently ROTM played that fight, just letting OMTC just kind of sweat it out, and then their decision ultimately in the end to go onto Cardinals ended up costing them that dragon. It's really hard. OMTC really has to play around their poke with the Corki and with the Ezreal to be able to be effective and find picks with the Rek'Sai. And if RTM's already in a spot, it's pretty hard to move them off of it without hitting that poke. So um, RTM here just building a big lead, already up 7K at the 19-minute mark.
Yeah, Pickaxe walking in just to conserve a little health on this mid lane tower. Bot lane tower goes down for Yabby on the split push. It's a 7,000 gold lead right now for Return of the Middlesticks Darkwind, as they've scaled pretty nicely into this game. You're starting to hit second items on a lot of your members, and you almost a half an item up pretty much across the board. The big lead, of course, is still that top lane. Poor Shen's on the garbage sale build right now, and Cards
Yeah.
is almost on 2 items, like just a combined cost away.
Yeah, this is almost you're almost so far behind at this point that you're like, oh, maybe I just grab a. Oh, we're gonna see a fight here.
Yeah, Pickaxe is going to ult for the health and should be able just to zip on out of there. Well, maybe not. Brooks still looking for a little bit more. Now Yabby from the side.
Oh my!
That's so much damage! The Q plus the Gale Force for the kill. Meanwhile, Cards in the 1v2 in bottom lane going to take down Corky, looking to try to turn on to Acid, but he's so low, I don't think he's going to get away from that one. But does trade 1 for 1. It's a big shutdown going to Rek'Sai. But Yabby, what a madman on the Sipper! How does he get so aggressive?
Yeah, he looks so much better on this pick. I mean, I've catched a couple of his games before, and then having played a couple with him, he looks so confident on the Sever pick. Knows exactly what he's doing, exactly how much damage he can do, exactly where he can be, and Rek'Sai being bot lane here means RTM is going to start up the Baron.
Yeah, forever my favorite memory of Yabby though. There was a 3-game set against you and your boys for
yes,
ROTM.
The original RTM.
And he was playing Tristana in game 1, just going man mode, jumping everywhere, like jumping in at level 2 and just owning everything. And then the second game he did the same thing on Kog'Maw. And it was just like, that's not the champion that does that. Anyway, Lost is in a little bit of trouble, getting caught by the tidal wave. He's going to fall. Big damage coming back through by Yabby. They're trying to kite back away to this tri-bush as Shen is able to rejoin. Cards teleports in, looking for that engage angle, but I don't think he's really going to be able to find anything, especially without his Cyclone right now. Eagle Bender not scared, just going to walk up the teleport to the Rek'Sai tunnel as they're looking to flank Yabby and Banana here on this on this top lane turret. Kiting back, Sir Hirsch looking for the engage angle. Q's over the wall, big one. Ooh. Just going to pop through Banana. That's Corky. Yay, Corky. Woo!
Is it normally slow? I'd never seen that before.
I think big one's slow, but the regular
interesting. I did not know that.
The champion is just a thing. I hate watching Corky so much. I am so tired.
We're gonna see a TP.
TP coming in from Lost behind, trying to find the engage angle on the Syndra. Q over the wall, not quite going to find it. Egro Bender very low. Cyclone going to knock up, but meanwhile Lost is able to eliminate Shen from the back line. Brooks is very low. The chomp forward from Pickaxe and the second Cyclone and knock him up and take him on down. ROTM finds 3 kills in the top lane, and now they'll look for the Baron once again.
Yeah, I mean, and this is going to be... I don't even know if Rek'Sai is going to come in here and try to steal. He may look for it, but it's feeling pretty desperate.
Yeah, Acid hanging around the outside of the pit, 2,000 health. They're holding some damage, and Spell Shield popped. Not going to go over the wall. Yabby looking for also, and the Nami, oof, 1 crit, 2 crit. Red crit, blue crit? I'm not really sure where I was going with that one. Acid is on the wrong side of life, but I don't know that they can really track him down. Actually, Lost is going to find the stun over the wall. They have to be a little careful. He does quite a bit of damage. The exhaust, though, is more than enough. Banana picks up the kill.
Yeah, and I mean, RTM just looking really confident. I was really worried after the early game with Rek'Sai being able to pick up a couple of those kills bot lane. But RTM just... kind of getting their CS leads, especially in top lane. Cardinals just looking really, really strong on the Wukong, and playing to their win conditions, playing to that top side, and it's really been going well for them.
Well, an 11,000 gold lead right now for Return of the Middlesticks. Yeah, that's really what I have to say about that one. They have 2 Infernal Dragons in their pocket now after picking that one up. So 4.5 minutes before the third one spawns. Probably not really a big objective here in the game. It will be that Infernal Soul, as
Yep.
hopefully we'll see
It's
Darkwind
gonna
keep
be a
their foot
ways
on the
out.
gas and
Yeah.
try to close this one out early on.
Yeah, no matter what team is going to pick up the soul, it's going to be quite a ways out just because that was just the fourth Drake of the game. So 2 more to go for either team to claim it. So it looks like it's going to be potentially a soulless game unless something unexpected happens here.
Yep, Acid walking in.
Ouch.
Ooh, gonna get
Goodbye.
charmed. That's a good Seraphine ult. Extends through his teammates because of course it
Holy
does.
Sivir just
Uh,
tanking.
yeah, Yavi going a little too ham there in the mid lane, but it's gonna work out as they're able to take down Corki and continue this push in mid with the Baron minions. Lost Banana and Pickaxe. Still make pretty quick work of the towers. Cards, meanwhile, just making full use of his Hull Breaker, but now his team's gonna get into range and ruin that. He had a good thing going there for so long. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Lost does so much damage as well.
Oh
Able
boy.
just to finish that one off with an auto attack and a Q. And now Brooks and also trying to navigate this. The
Ouch.
Flash Cyclone coming in from Cardinals. They'll get the chomp for the kill, and Brooks really doesn't have too many places left to go as Lost finishes him off. And now on respawn, Acid here to try to defend the base with E-Girl Bender. The package is up. I don't know if you want to pick that up to try to defend the base. It doesn't look like he's going to need to just yet, as the damage by itself is enough to scare off Return of the Middle Sticks. Although, look at this little bait. There's a little blue ward, though, I think that's giving him away right now. And now they'll find it. But 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go on this dragon, and ROTM probably don't really care about it. That's a 14,000 gold lead for those of you keeping track at home.
Yeah, and it's huge for RTM that they get 2 inhibs, and especially that bot inhib with Baron being the primary objective you want to get. Oh,
Pickaxe gonna get spotted. Try to get collapsed on. Yabi is here though, trying to kite back through Acid.
ouch.
Oh my god, just got popped. Just squished
Yeah.
like the bug monster thing that she is. Lost is here on a teleport on the flank. Gets the double stun as well, just showing off with the double kill. And now Darkwind can work their way on these last couple of turrets they have left standing on the map. No Baron buff though, so just the regular minions will have to do the job.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd asked me in this pregame 2-1 draft, I would have pretty heavily favored OMT Kronos. But I think what's really big here is, one, you got OMT Kronos that has subs and maybe some roster switches from what they usually play. And then they also, RTM just went comfort across the board. Like, this is what everybody for RTM wants to play, except maybe Pickaxe. But, you know, he feels good on that Trundle for sure. And they're just showing a mastery of their champions and how dominant they can be when they know what they're doing.
Yep, they're walking on in with this double super wave. The last 2 towers standing in the way of their victory here in game number 1. It's Isengard and Orthanc, and Isengard gonna fall first, as you would predict. Oh my god, he was going to package in, and he just gets eliminated by Lost. It's a double kill, and in comes the Cyclone. They extend too far to try to defend their base, and ROTM punishes them so hard. Nexus number 1 going to fall. Darkwind out to a 1-0 lead, and yeah, not too much more to say about that. Really well snowballed game. Cards was up like 7,000 or 8,000. Oh, I can hit tab. 6,500 gold on his lane opponent at the end of the game. And almost the same in the bottom lane. Like, that's just insane. All right.
Yeah, RTM just playing really, really well there, especially playing around that top side. And huge win, huge game 1. They'll have another one to pick up here, so it'll be interesting to see what they go with draft adjustments. But glad that they get off the ground running, and that's a really big motivational win for RTM Darkwind.
All right, Whiplash. I'm going into the Masters game right now. Oh, they're 26 minutes in. This is about perfect, maybe.
For Masters.
Yep.
All right. Let me spin it up. Probably open their sheet.
I'm not changing the logo each time. I guess that's pretty easy though.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
You
is
could also just change the text.
Mint isn't getting their color. That's what I've decided. Okay.
We can deal with that, I think.
Our team's out of order. Unit just died. Okay. What do we have going on right now? Okay, there's a fight happening. I have not prepared for any of this. In comes the big Renata ult, actually. Lexus trying to fight his way out, but there's just no damage, it looks like, from ROTM. Blind walking forward, trying to get the last auto down onto Tryndamere, and it's just not quite going to be enough. Lexus fleeing the jungle, big shutdown, going to best turtle NA, apparently. I haven't looked at any of these names or champions. It was an even game until that fight just happened, despite there being a huge kill gap between our two teams. So I'm not actually sure what
sadly, my
accounts for
client
that.
is not letting me join. It says tournament code error. So I'm going to try relogging, but you're going to have to solo cast this for a little bit.
It says tournament code error?
Yes. Not a valid tournament code or something like that.
Oh, my
I have that part. We're on game 1, RTM MG, right?
The overlay is fucked too. What the fuck? Oh, that's really weird. So my portraits on the right side of the screen
Oh yes, I see that.
are pushed. They're all off center from each other.
Yes.
But like, so the overlay is fine. The overlay is where they normally are, and for some reason my character, like, I don't know what's
so
going
bizarre.
on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The spectator is just designed the way it was supposed to be, I guess. All right, I am relogging. Let's hope I can join, but
yeah. Anyway, Ocean Soul Point for Mint. There's about a 4,500 gold lead for them as well. Tryndamere has not really participated in the game, it looks like. These are the big notes that I have. Hook and a land from Akata. Gets the big flay in, trying to get just a couple of kills. Renata W tanking up for Steel City Warrior, but it's a shutdown going to Jinx. Blind, meanwhile, gets the two-man Gnar, just trying to fight his way through. But they've caught I'm Rob on the side. They're going to get the pick onto Aphelios. Unit just stays alive through another shot from Rob. Best Turtle NA is tracking down Lexus, or maybe the other way around. Charm. Oh, the charm lands over the wall, but it's just not quite enough. The Jinx rocket takes him so low. I don't know what actually did the last bit of damage, but 3 kills for Barco Duck. He's up to 6, 6, and 6. He's Satan, but that doesn't really matter, as he is maybe the savior for Return of the Middle Sticks.
all right, I am loading in a game, but it sounds like and looks like from the rest of the stream that it's going well for RTM.
It's a bit of a banger so far. RTM going to go ahead and push in the inhibitor turret here in mid lane, work their way on the inhibitor. Baby Billy Freeman and Hecate mask off, trying to defend. For some reason, Mint Gaming's names are all just like this. I don't understand. Every single one of their teams, they just have the most ridiculous names when you have to cast them.
You would also think that maybe my spectator client would have the portraits lined up correctly, but they do not. So
okay.
Yes, they are the exact same layout as yours. So we are
synced
there as well.
If you flip them, they're still just. Oh, they move back and forth. What the fuck is going on?
Wow, that is wild. Oh, mine is locked now. I can no longer. Okay, never mind. I thought I could no longer move the champions around. I thought maybe that'd fix it. But yeah, we got a really close game on our hands here. I mean, RTM seems like they've got a lot of their gold from team fighting here, given that they're almost 10 kills up, but only ahead 2k. And I think this Drake is going to be the big decider in this game. 2 minutes to go.
Tryndamere is going to do the Tryndamere gaming experience, it looks like, to Jinx. That's unfortunate. Yeah, didn't even need Hecarim. I don't know why he thought he needed to be there. But maybe pick on the other side. Steel City Warrior getting taken pretty low and taken down by Blind. So 1 for 1, 2 carries. being picked off. Yuna trying to get aggressive. Oh, just not quite able to find the charm. That would have been blind charm onto the Hecarim in the bush. Blind, though, still going to go for it. Getting some autos through with the Gnar. Collapse from the side. There was a Vex. That wasn't a Vex ult. That was just the Q. From... Those look so similar, actually. The Vex ult and the Renata Q. RTM is going for it, though. Hecate Mask Off is doing Tryndamere things. He is on... I hate that champion, by the way. That is my least favorite champion in the entire game.
I hard agree.
So anytime I say something about Tryndamere, just know that it's with disdain. Renata ult coming through, getting some Berserk down, trying to get Yuna and Lexus to fight each other. It is going to stall out the push at least a little bit for ROTM. Yeah. Pillar just trying to stall the engage from Best Turtle NA. He's opted for the more damage build. He's got Trinity Force plus the Death's Dance rather than like the Turbo Chem Tank that you've seen a lot in LCS.
Yeah, I was going to say I am surprised how disoriented I am from switching games, but like I thought earlier that the teams are on opposite sides of the map. And then I just have like no context leading up to these, so yeah. I'm impressed by how disorienting it is to like not watch it from the beginning. But
so this is like week 3 or 4 of me just jumping in between games, and it doesn't get easier. You just jump in and you're like, oh no, there's so many champs, there's so many things happening. Yeah, the first couple of minutes are super disorienting, and then you start to settle in, and then you immediately change it again. It's quite a thing. I don't know that I really like doing this, but it's fun. It's like NFL Red Zone, but for RTM games. Crowstorm unfortunately fell in their first game, so they're down 0-1.
RTM base race. What is our branding instead of the Red Zone?
That's actually pretty neat. I like that RTM base race. I might change our stream title to that. For next week.
Oh no.
Oh, Yuna's gonna get caught though, gets pulled in by the hand, and Rob finishes off that kill. They're using the Renata ult to stall off this engage. Hecate Mask Off and Turtle into the backline. Barcoduck just trying to fight his way out, gets thrown into GA. Hecate Mask Off now. Oh, just walks. I hate this champion so much. He was alive for so long. Lexus, the last one alive for ROTM. Turtle just chasing him down, going at him as you do. He's a pony. I thought that'd be more dramatic than it was, but there's actually not quite enough damage coming through. I don't know what Lexus is healing from. He's actually got so much regen. Oh, it's Fawn. Yeah, it's Fawn as well. Okay.
Yep.
Regardless, though, Mint wins that fight pretty huge. 4-0. Now they're going to push in this bottom side and maybe be able to finish off game number 1. They probably can't get that far, actually, with just these 3.
Yep. And you know how earlier I said that RTM was the team with more kills? Well, that was the disorientation talking.
Yeah. Yeah, Charm going to land on a Turtle. I don't think they can really track down this Hecarim. He's a very fast boy.
Yep.
Going to hit Tab, and we're going to see the big hope, as you would expect, is Barcoduck on the Jinx, just based on the kill counts and things. He is who we need to watch in these fights, especially if you're an ROTM fan. If the Jinx is allowed to stay alive and do the damage, should go all right for Return of the Middle Sticks. If he can't, well, what happens at that dragon's going to happen again. But Ocean Soul going the way of Mint is pretty devastating. And now 4 minutes on that timer for Elder Dragon.
Yeah, and it's going to be really, really hard here. RTM also having to contest with this bot inhib going down. Blind luckily has the TP, so he could sit in that bot wave and be able to clear it, but they're going to have to deal with that soon enough. And so MGM, really all they have to do here is just wait out ROTM and wait for that bot wave to go, but it looks like they're going to engage.
Yeah, hook over the wall from Akata, but it's not going to be the engage that they're looking for. Turtle, though, does find it, hits the Runeans. Oh, a good sidestep by Yuna and Blind away from the Moonlight Vigil, and the spin away from Tryndamere, and he's gone. So no kills back and forth on that. But look at the health bars for ROTM. They're a little bit better right now than Mint as they're headed in. You have to be careful, though. Look at that bot lane wave. Luckily, Tryndamere doesn't have teleport. He's a Ghost Flash gamer this game, so won't be immediately there, and Blind's going to head back and grab the wave. He does have teleport to rejoin, but RTM just has to get vision control. Big Q from Baby Billy Freeman as they pick off Akata to start the fight. Yuna trying to kite back away with Barco Duck, but Turtle doing so much. The chop down from Hecate mask off. As Barco Duck flees, flashes over the wall. Lexus kind of left out to dry. Blind not really able to do a whole lot as he joined a little bit late with that teleport and then got warded off by 3 of them. Flash forward from Steel City Warrior as he's low. That's going to be able to keep him. Oh, never mind. The Gale Force from I'm Rob finishes that one off, but that's should be game number 1 for Mint.
Yeah, definitely going to be game number 1, and you didn't think Trendamere could get any more annoying, but having a Renata W on him is going to be pretty annoying. You have to kill him twice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good game there by Mint Gaming, able to pick up the game 1, and the Renata just looking really good. Hard to counter engage with or hard to engage at all with Renata ult in your face.
Yeah, seemed like a really cool comp from Mint for game 1 for there. But yeah, we'll jump back into some other things here. Give us just a second, and we'll see where we want to go.
Yeah, it looks like Crowstorm just got into game 2. We're 6 minutes in.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I'm gonna grab some water really quick while that loads.
Sounds good. Their game not spectatable. That is tragic. Got the solo cast. I think Darkwind doesn't have the game able to spectate, sadly.
I'm back. What's up?
It does not look like Darkwind you can spectate their game. So
Oh, interesting.
at least from friends list. op.gg might say something different though. Try that.
This is OMTA, right? OMTA. Oh, this isn't even the right scene. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay.
But yeah, double check me to make sure that actually is the case.
I mean, I'm in Crowstorm.
You're in the Crowstorm game?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what we said.
Yes, I just can't get into the game.
You can't get into Crowstorm?
I can't spectate any off of any of their names.
I spectated off of Colburn, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Let me relog. I will let you solo cast again, and we will try and go. Yeah, I guess it's not like they would have made the lobby because they don't, and not spectator because it's just
yeah. I mean,
permit code anyway.
That's what happened when the spectator client just died the 1 week. So
yeah. I will relog, and if I can't get it that way, I will try downloading it from op.gg.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Kills both on the junglers. Oh god, these names. Yoroshiku for OMTA. I still have the names on the wrong side. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now we're perfect. And then it's 1-0 for OMTA. I need to change that. Okay, cool. I think the scoreboard is actually correct now. Dragon gonna go the way of Crowstorm as they're able to do that for some reason. Big thing to watch though is Shyesta's opened up a little bit of a CS lead down here in the bottom lane on the Jinx over Benji. Would be good to see this Samira really get big, because that's kind of the idea behind this team comp. It looks like Hook gonna land onto Kid Kami as they're looking to take down the Tom Kench to start off with. He uses the Grey Health a little bit early there, and Benji able to pick up the kill on the gank in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Control in the mid lane with the Shockwave takes down Colbrin for the solo kill. Colbrin having a rough start, it looks like. 0-2 now on the Syndra. Vbon gonna walk in, not quite able to find the Boomerang Blade, but still getting some autos down onto the Orbiana. Are they gonna dive under the turret? Looks like it as Cake flashes forward for the untunnel and the knockup and the kill. So, gold
Good
is
news. I am in game.
yeah, gold is dead even. Hopefully you're at like 715.
Yes, we are spot on.
Perfect. Thank you for bearing with us through all of the tech issues, because we have nothing to do with them for once. If it were my stream dying, I could do something about that, but I can't do it about the Riot client. So, oh, this is sad.
Yeah. Oh, he couldn't see the tunnel? Ooh.
Is that how that works? That'd be insane.
I don't know. I thought there was a tunnle in the bush, unless
there,
I'm wrong.
There was a tunnel in the bush, but he might
have
have used it in, so he couldn't use it out if it was on cooldown.
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
I'm not sure, but regardless, it's a solo kill for Yoroshiku as he gets the invade, gets the blue buff, and the kill. That's pretty huge, but he's opened up a big CS gap as well. That's, 2-3 camps worth of gold for the Graves. And that champion scales significantly better than Rek'Sai does.
Yeah, we've got... I mean, if you wanted to see what a Rek'Sai, you'd want to see the 2 kills on Rek'Sai, but that's going to be actually a really nice knock up there from Tom Kench.
Yeah, Kid Kami getting pretty aggressive. They ignite Benji as well underneath the tower, just to make sure that he is not feeling comfortable down here on the Samira. I'm really curious. So there's really no argument about scaling this game, right? Like, OMTA just wants to get late. The flash away from Benji, away from the Jinx rocket, is Shyesta and Kid Kami still putting on so much pressure, but they're calling in Cake. In comes the Rek'Sai with the tunnel. Shyesta gets exhausted. The knockup only onto Kid Kami though. Shyesta pretty low. It's a kill for Blazing Cake, and Benji will finish off the second. So good. Little bit of revenge there for Return of the Middle Sticks as they get 2 kills in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Garethar played that really, really well, flashing in with the auto attack stun, especially because he was so low health. He needed to be the one to initiate that, was something that they couldn't really react to. And flashing in with the auto and then popping the shield is exactly what you needed there. So if you're RTM, you got the gold on who you want to have it in those 2 kills.
Yeah, Colbrin having a bit of a rough time, it looks like, here on the Syndra. He's behind quite a chunk of CS and a couple of kills, so have to keep an eye on that one in particular. Kind of a flip of what we saw happen in the Darkwind game, where all of the CS leads went to Darkwind, but the kills were in favor of OMT. This is the reverse for the sister squads.
Yep, and I think that's pretty indicative of Crowstorm's playstyle, really wanting to play around bot side most of the time. Usually Vbon is left kind of on an island by himself, but he's doing a really good job here on the Gnar, something I'm not used to seeing him on, but definitely has in his wheelhouse. We're going to see a gank into the bot side.
Yeah, Cake going to get in onto Shyesta, the Nam from Tom Kench. And he's able to dash out back out with his W. Shyesta still scrapping it out. Knockup going to land. Benji goes off with the Inferno trigger, getting Kid Kami pretty low, but it just didn't do a whole lot of damage to the Tom Kench. He's pretty tanky, but Garethar unfortunately takes the kill with his auto attack. But a dead Tom Kench is a dead Tom Kench. And
yeah, you see how I mean, even just with Tabbies and that being the only thing, they've got no damage really on the Tom Kench, even with the Samir R.
Yeah, and that's what you really have to worry about, I think, if you're ROTM, is being able to kill the Tom Kench and the Dr. Mundo later on in the game. Nice flash from Vbon. Gonna get followed, though. Yoroshiku doesn't have another flash or dash available, so won't be able to get over the wall. And Vbon successfully avoids the gank up in the top lane, which will open up Dragon for Return to the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, that's a really nice play there. I think OMT had the right idea trying to make a play on top side, especially since Blazing Cake is bot, but with the Dragon, it's going to be a big swing there for RTM, able to pick up the kill and Drake. And now they've got 2 for themselves, which, you got to start thinking about that soul stacking. Vbon here, looking pretty
Vbon,
good.
the hyper proc is going to be enough. Yeah, really nicely done by Vbon, just to get that kill with the auto attacks and assert his
Speaking
authority
of
up there.
breakers,
And there's the hole breaker right as he finishes that.
You got Mundo building one as well. Yeah, I guess it's just everybody builds it regardless of what champion you are.
It just seems like that's
next thing I'm gonna see is Rumble top with Hole Breaker or something like that. It's gonna go too insane.
Yeah, that item just seems a little good right now. Which is weird because isn't it nerfed from what the pros are playing, where they're just building it first item?
I don't think it actually is nerfed right now.
Oh, hook from Garithar onto Kid Kami,
Ooh.
but he's got the tunnel out. Yeah, once all that Nautilus CC is expended, Benji going in with the Inferno Trigger, just gonna use the Tom Kench ult to be able to get him out. I really like this Tom Kench Jinx combo specifically against this. It seems pretty good. But hook gonna land onto Yoroshiku. Now no Tom Kench is available, and it's a huge shutdown going to Benji Peach.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Tom Kench pick was really, really smart. I mean, he's 0-3 on it, but you can see what the idea is, being able to really allow your carry to survive and let Jinx continue to farm. And already has the item lead over Benji Peach, but I think once Benji gets back, that will be flipped.
Yep, Vbon gonna go ahead and
to knock.
Yeah, he'll take that top lane tower. Thanks for the follow, Flaydon. That's not a EV evolution I'm familiar with.
It does sound like that.
But yeah, 8-3 in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks and kills. They've got about a 2,500 gold lead, but we've
pinging himself.
We've talked about the scaling a little bit, and we really need to see this gold lead continue to extend for ROTM if they're going to have a hope in this game, because late game, they do not stand a chance against Orianna, Jinx, Graves, Mundo scaling. Like, literally every single one of the enemy champions scales better than theirs. Control, though, getting the shockwave in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Cobran trying to get into range to get the Ignite and the ult. Might have been able to take down Control, but really well played by him, managing his distances really well.
Yeah, the slow just too much to overcome there. And yeah, Cobran 0-3, not performing super well on this Syndra. Yeah, Control just doing what he needs to do on this Orianna pick and giving them something to deal some good damage later in this game.
Yeah, and now returning to where they dropped the Herald, they'll be able to take down the mid lane tower here at 14, almost 15 minutes, and, have an opportunity to get some mid lane prio and maybe get this dragon back. Benji trying to get the return on the bottom side. He's got to get out of there very quick. Shyesta even going to use the ult just to try to interrupt the recall. Hits
really
him,
nice.
Forces the cancel, and now Benji is in just a tiny bit of trouble as he finds Control back over the wall, able to dash through. Yeah, it just doesn't quite have the damage. A shutdown going to Shyesta.
Yeah, and that's really smart there by OMT to be able to get that shutdown onto the Jinx, kind of hold their damage so that she could pick it up, get that 300 extra gold in addition to the kills, so 600 total. And definitely who you want that going on. Also, really, really nice ult there by Shyesta to make sure that back gets canceled, where it's just a guaranteed kill as long as they don't get the recall off.
Yep, and now we're flipping what we just had, where RTM threatening the mid lane tower, and OMTA gonna go ahead and take that bottom lane tower. Garethar going to get rooted up, get knocked around. Kid Kami goes in with the W, and I don't think that he really wanted to. He's going to
No.
die for that one. Hook from Garethar lands onto
Oh my.
Shayesta. They'll jump on through. It's a double kill for Colbrin, and all of a sudden he's back in the game. Garethar dies to the tower back behind. Actually, it wasn't the tower. It was a cleaver from Young Goblin. Not 100% sure. He dies. So
Yeah,
not the cleanest
but-
dive, but still a 2-for-1. Both of them going to Colbrin is pretty huge.
Yeah, and it's actually going to be super big because RTM's going to get this dragon off of it without the carries. I mean, unless Graves comes and contests, but you've got no Jinx, no Top Kench, and RTM should be able to just take this.
Yep, gonna pull it out for a little bit of safety. In comes the Jinx rocket, but just there at 4,000. Yoroshiku hanging around. He might look for this one. Going over the wall, not quite in time. Gets stunned up as soon as he goes over. Trying to use his ult to get back over. Yeah, they actually take down the Rek'Sai. Vibon is threatening. He's going to get big here in just a second, but not going to go for the Nar. He's still threatening the Nar show. I don't know about that one. Here he goes.
Yeah.
Going to pull back.
And it's going to be a kill onto the Rek'Sai, and Graves actually gets out there with just a little bit of health. Yoroshiku playing that pretty well, trying to get the steal down, but able to get in and out, which is super big. But now you've got RTM on 3 Drakes, and I feel like that may be the thing that they need to kind of wooey this late game scaling from OMTA.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think that it's a need rather than a want in order to get that here in about 4 minutes. Shayesta going to pick up the Rift Herald, and they're going to head to top lane and maybe threaten Colbrin. He's got a little shutdown on him, so big target on his back as OMTA head on up there. Yoroshiku is in the bush already, and Garethar are going to walk in and get a little shotgun to the face, but he's got some armor on, so he should be okay. Vibon, meanwhile, doing the Hullbreaker thing, but now the Hullbreaker completed for Young Goblin, and you know what's the only counter to the Hullbreaker? It's having one of your own.
Yes. I mean, I think even with that, Vibon is really just on an island against Young Goblin and winning out on it. I mean, he's up 50 CS. He's gotten a lot of tower damage and towers for RTM when he's been in the side lane, and if he can continue that, it's going to be pretty hard thing for OMT to answer. So already now he's got the Trinity Force as well. Just exacerbates that matchup even more.
Yep, Cake and Colbrin looking in the top lane. Oh, not quite going to get the stun, but they'll get the knock up onto control. Do they have the damage to actually follow through? They get the blue smite. They're going to follow through with the Rek'Sai ult. Meanwhile, Shayesta maybe in a little trouble here in the mid lane as Vibon is just fighting 1v3 right now. Yoroshiku is here. The Rift Herald's here. There's a lot of things happening. Vibon goes in for the Narsho, not quite able to get the ult into the wall. Hook from Garethar as he shows up just in time to watch his friend die, and now there's really no help coming. Trying to delay just long enough for Benji and Blazing Cake to get in range, but it's a double kill for Yoroshiku. Shayesta's very low walking forward, but they can't quite close the range, and now the teleport coming in from Young Goblin should mean that ROTM has to evacuate. Stun from Colbrin. I don't think that they can really follow up, though. Young Goblin, very healthy, just, you know, swag walking his way in, hits one cleaver. He's got his ult ticking, and Benji can't take this fight right now. Trying to get over the wall, he will. I forget that the
everywhere.
blast cone just gets stopped by the Mundo passive. Cake in trouble now as he's trying to get a little distance, but he gets tickled by the collateral damage, and Yoroshiku picks up another kill from that fight. So 3 kills going to the Graves is not ideal.
Yeah, and he's already got a Youmuu's Ghostblade, and I'm assuming we're going to see his shield bow come in as well. Yeah, Graves just chunking along here, playing really, really well, finding the picks that he needs to. And I mean, I think Vibon going for that 1v3 was not the worst play, but misplays with the Gnar ult a little bit onto the Jinx, and then RTM just trying to save him, committed a little too many resources, and that may cost them the Baron here.
Vibon threatening. Mega Gnar is available. It's got the Gnar show, and it's going to cause OMTA to take a second thought about this Baron. 1 minute to go on the Dragon, and we're going to hit some synced recalls and head on back to the base for some last second resources. This is the Ocean Soul fight. Well, for ROTM at least. OMTA just trying to delay that particular win con.
Yeah, and Young Goblin's got no TP here, all the way up in top lane. He'll have enough time to walk down here, but uh, glad to see that he realizes that he needs to be bot side. Get a stop to clear ward, but yeah, RTM getting some of the dragons set up that they needed to, and ooh,
Shockwave is
just
not
missed.
going to be available right immediately for that dragon fight. It'll be up, if they can delay for another 30 to 40 seconds afterwards. But that's a big dodge. Cake is going to heal up by taking some of his jungle camps right now. Zap over the wall, not quite going to land onto Vbon. Gareth are looking for the hook, but not going to be able to find control. Yorishiku still managing the distance. They're going to get the knock up onto control. The dash forward with Blazing Cake. It's just the damage from Colbrin that's able to finish it off. They'll take down Yorishiku as well. Benji is fighting 1v3 on the top side. He hits the Inferno trigger, but that's not quite enough to keep him alive. Vbon onto the back line. They can't quite close the distance on the Jinx. Young Goblin in a little bit of trouble as he gets stunned, nard, walloped, bashed away, and somehow Cake is able to dive in and just assassinate the Jinx away from the Tahm Kench. Kid Kami, the last one alive, he'll be taken down shortly. It's a double kill for Vbon, and Crowstorm finds a huge fight of 5 for 1, and they'll get the Ocean Soul on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, you see that they were really wanted to go for this Orianna pick, knowing the flash was down. And you see also the strength of having being able to get to the spot first, and then OMT just a little too split to be able to initiate anything. So we're gonna see Vbon and Yorishiku fight here.
I don't know why Yorishiku didn't take that fight, but regardless.
I mean, he is down 2 levels, and you're fighting against a gore drinker, so a little spooky if you feel like you can't take it without your team coming. But yeah, our TM's got to really feel good about where they're at now. Got the Ocean Soul, got a 4K gold lead, and just a really big ace there for them. Now it's all about this Baron, and RTM's going to really want to try to end this game as soon as they possibly can, because that Jinx scaling is going to come in.
Yeah, if you have a roadmap for the game for Crowstorm, it's get this Baron, then get 2 inhibitors probably at minimum with it, in order to make sure that you're going to end the game on time. But here we go, looking for the Baron first, setting up some vision around the objective. Gareth are going to walk in, get a couple of wards down. Vbon just defending the top lane tower for a second. Doesn't have teleport, but isn't too far away from his team right now. OMT has to be careful about how they walk in. Cake looking for the initiation over the wall, flashes forward. He's just going to find the Tahm Kench. That might be a... Oh, nope, the Flame Choppers are actually so annoying. Garethar and Benji can't get over them. So Cake burning his flash. Maybe not ideal, but they head back to the Baron. Vbon is just leashing it right now. So starting to burn that one down.
Do this.
Orianna is on the bottom side of the...
side.
Yeah, Orianna is going to get the objective bounty. Young Goblin just walking in, gets bopped around. They're going to use the Nautilus ultimate onto Kid Kami. They've caught Yorishiku just a little bit. Cake is very low, but able to survive because of that ultimate as he dodges back through. 2 kills for ROTM, but it's the Jinx and the Graves, importantly. So it's just the Orianna carry left alive and doesn't have the ultimate just yet. So now Baron starting to burn down, 8,000 health. Is there going to be a contest from OMTA? Cake is very low. He needs to maybe smite to survive here. Now they've got some more tanking coming through. It's just
I also got that Ocean Drake picking, so yeah, I mean, RTM did a really good job of realizing they needed to fight right then to get the Ori TP out, and were able to find some really excellent picks there, even though Blazing Cake had his flash down, and now is where it's really difficult for OMTK, because this RTM team really just wants to group as 5 anyway, and the Baron, they should be able to do that very well and take these turrets down.
Yeah, something that OMTA did during that, though. They did cash out 2 objective turret bounties by getting the mid lane and the bot lane tower during all of that play. So they kept the gold relatively, I was going to say
even.
even,
Yeah, I mean,
but it's where it was at least. There
yes,
was no
right.
extension because of the Baron and the fight win for ROTM, and now they're looking to swarm down to this bottom lane. Yoroshiku hiding in the bush. Crowstorm needs to get in these lanes. Your Baron's only good when you're in a minion wave. Vibon is just going to take this tower now, maybe try to
He's
fight his
pretty.
way out. He's onto Yoroshiku, getting some chunk damage back through. He'll burn the Mundo passive as well. Cake looking for Yoroshiku. Flash forward from Gareth Art. Oh, not able to get the hook because of a good, well-timed eat from Kid Kami. But they get the tower, they'll get the pressure as well. No pick just yet. But now Crowstorm looking back toward that mid lane to try to get two of these waves pushing at the same time.
Yeah, I think Kid Kami has really had some nice eats to evade some of RTM's hard CC this game. Um, Even though his scoreline doesn't show it, I feel like he's played really, really well on the Tom Kench pick.
Yeah, Benji grabbing the mid lane wave. You have Colbrin on the bottom lane wave along with Vbon. It's very extended. I wish I had the big zoom out, but Vbon wailing away. Should be able to chunk that tower with that Demolish proc, and there it is. So the base is opened. The gates opened up briefly now for ROTM. That Baron buff starting to wane a little bit, and they'll have to be careful about how they approach this. Tower pretty low here in the mid lane. Keeping this super minions alive, or the cannon minions alive, is pretty important. Oh, they're just not quite able to do it. One more shot from the cannon, maybe? And it'll take it down. So, Vbon trying to force his way in, just get a little damage down onto Young Goblin and Kid
Oh.
Kami, and he's escorted this minion wave in. A little bit of damage
Yep.
amounts to about half of his health, as it turns out.
Yeah, and I think this is really smart by RTM to put Vbon with the Hull Breaker in his own lane, be able to push it, and that they're gonna get two inhibs here. Elder Drake is gonna be up, and now you've got OMTA that has to deal with these two inhibs down. It should just be free prio for RTM, and really all they have to do is just wait for these waves to come in, and they can just bait as long as they want. Playing around this objective take.
Yeah, and even look at the wave in top lane. Like, it's pushing in, crashing hard, and that's more golden XP that just isn't being grabbed right now by OMTA. Sidebar, the overlay is correct this game. No, everything
Yes.
didn't unalign. I still don't know why that happened. That was wild last game.
Yes. The sidebar was as disoriented as I was when I loaded it into the game. So.
Well, Crowstorm looking for it. Garethor's going to find three people in this bush, just goes in for the hook. Kid Kami pretty low. The Flame Chomper's doing a good job of stalling the pursuit. Cake hits the Prey Seeker, but I don't think he really wants to go in just yet. They're going to pop over with the Blast Cone. And do you leash the Elder Dragon? I feel like you just sit here for a second.
For these minions. Yeah. Look, they're already swarming the base. It's so hard. They don't have the time to deal with this.
Yeah, over the wall, they find Kid Kami. They just annihilate him. They'll get the pull in onto Yoroshiku as well. It's double kill for Benji. Triple kill for Benji as he flashes forward. Control still left alive. The dash over the wall. Quadra kill for Benji Peach on the Samira. And Crowstorm will just ignore the rest of the game. They're going to head into the base and take down the Nexus.
Yeah, that was so well played there by RTM. They knew they had the two inhibitors down, and so all they had to do was just sit on the dragon. They didn't even have to start it, and they know that they have to fight them, or the game's just going to be over. So, really well played there, using their advantages. And I have to say, for how Colbrin started this game out, finishing 5-3 and 3, looked really, really strong in the mid and late game, finding the stuns he needed to, and RTM takes game 2.
Yeah, so they're tied at 1 now. Boy, let's see where we can jump around next. But some exciting games already. Let's see here. Masters is 12 minutes in. Is Darkwind still going?
Darkwind is not playing right now.
They're not playing.
Right now. They won.
Oh, well.
Darkwind won.
They just won.
Yes.
All right. Well, Darkwind keeping their keeping their season alive with the 2-0 over the undefeated OMTC squad. So, congratulations to them. Yeah, I guess let's see about this Masters game then.
Yeah, that's huge for them. I mean that is the game that you had to win, and uh, really happy for the guys that they get to take down the only undefeated team in their division, and the small hope is a little larger now. So um,
Yeah, we'll see what that
still have to close
4%
it out.
goes up to on the next update.
Yes.
Hopefully. It's off again for the Masters team. What
Oh
the?
my.
Who made this client and why? All right. Well, Lexus just killed a man. That's the update I have watching from the the OBS screen. Thanks for the resub cards. 9 months. Jesus, has it been that long? Crazy. Um, there's things that are happening on my screen right now. Rob just got a
Yeah.
triple kill. Oh my God, Yuna quadra kill. All right, well maybe this one's over already.
Yeah.
Zeri's 9-0. Okay, I have finally looked at my. I hit
Yeah,
tab essentially,
we've
and
gotten back in here.
I'm zipping forward
Yeah.
at 2x. I think we finally caught up. Yeah, so Rob is 9-0 on Zeri. Um, I don't
That
have much more to
is
say about that. That's the analysis,
yeah.
right?
I mean I think that's all the analysis that's needed. It's 11-4. You got 9 of those 11 kills on Zeri, and if there was any better champ to have that on the game, I cannot think of one. So
Well, I believe in the power of astronaut Vigar, so we'll see. Oh, Jesus, Marionette with a 13-month resub. I guess it's been 13 months then, not 9. Cards missed 4, apparently. That's unlucky.
wow.
13 months that we've been affiliated, at least. Huh. Well, thank you guys again, always for the support. But in this game, RTM in need of a little support here, down 5,000 gold. Again, all of it's on the Zeri, pretty much. That's a gap. Hit X and just look at those numbers really quick.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So
All right.
let's find other points of analysis in this game. Other things that are happening.
Well, yeah. Rob's got half of RTM's total gold, so
Yeah, and Turtle's playing the Karthus. He has 8 assists on the Karthus. That's actually pretty nuts.
yeah, that's kind of surprising. I wonder if those are R, like you just R to get the extra gold, even though it's going to be a kill anyway, or
Yeah, Yuna.
we didn't see it.
This is still a
sadly,
scary
but-
proposition. Well, never mind. They have more than enough damage to chunk through Yuna, and it's 12-4. This one's a little rough, I think, for the Masters team. Lexus looking for the counter kill here in mid lane. The Steel City Warrior, though, using the Onslaught of Shadows, it's not going to do a whole lot for him. And Lexus having an okay game. He's got 4 of the 5 kills for RTM, also able to secure a dragon. So, in terms of jungler stuff, that's going okay for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely really rough. I mean, you got to kind of play to your strong points, and I think if you're behind in a game like this, you got to look for the isolated players and try to play around whatever your strongest champion is. Right now for RTM, that's the Hecarim with Lexus, and you want to try to get picks where you can to just slowly build your gold.
Yeah, blind in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, might be able to
Nice.
get the kill on a turtle. That's really nice. He'll pick up some gold for himself. In comes the Requiem, though, and that'll finish off.
Ooh.
Oh, it won't finish off blind. That shield came just up in time. Akata just trying to defend, but I don't know that he can really solo do this. Okay, he had Yuna collapsing. They're looking for Hecate Mask off. Does he have the combo? Oh, gets interrupted out of. Really nicely timed by Baby Billy Freeman to be able to escort Hecate Mask off out of there.
Yeah, and that's just a lot of gold that RTM's able to pick up there, which is it's nice when you're behind, you know, finding those kills, and the team just caught a little bit overcommitting, um, able to get themselves some gold. I mean, it's still not much of a dent, but you got to take what you can when you're behind. And yeah, Mint just looking really strong.
Yeah, if there's one bright spot, it's that all of that extra gold is on Zeri, right? That's not the tankiest champion in the entire world. You can still have some tools, like the baby cage, you have
Igar
Hecarim.
cage, yep.
Yeah, to try to catch her. Case in point, gonna kick her in, get some knockups. Do they have the damage to actually chunk through? They finally do. It's a shutdown for Lexus, maybe, unfortunately. Yuna, ooh, big flash over the wall, but Turtle finishes him off. Blind now looking for Steel City Warrior, but gets just a little so outplayed. Close. That 1v1 was so close.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing there is, though, you got Hecarim going to pick up 1,000 gold for himself, get that shutdown onto the Zeri. I'm Rob, but it's just really difficult. Yep. You can see how strong they're able to just dive.
Well, he picked up like 4 or 5 gold AP off of that, right? Because he hit the abilities. So who's the real winner there?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta take your AP there. You're not worth a lot of gold at 04, so.
Yeah, knockup gonna land onto Akata, and not gonna continue onward, but they did get the extra charge out of Shelly. So, you know, turret plates just fell off, and the inhibitor tower has already been dented to about a quarter health. So, little yikes. It's a 7,000 gold lead right now for Mint Gaming Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, I think with a series like this, you're going up against the team that is the 2-time winners of Runeterra Academy, and you're kind of seeing this is a good heat check game for RTM, who's been 4-0, been playing really well, and you kind of see like what the level of the top dogs in competition right before playoffs. So. It's a good gauge to see where you're at, but Alexis going to go in here.
Yeah, Lexus looking for the engage, going to knock back Baby Billy Freeman. They're going to maybe just take the pick on the Rakan. Oh, he's out of there. The dash forward with that Battle Dance Blind. Still looking for a little bit more. Going to get rooted up by the Everfrost. Burning through, but just not quite going to be able to finish it off. And now the Requiem coming through, burning through the rest of our OTM.
Zeri split push.
Yeah. Zeri is just killing towers up on the top side of the map, though. Rob chunking on through. Shout out to Virtue Gaming. Thanks so much for the raid. Happy Gwen's Day on a Sunday. I'll take it. We take those. No Gwen allowed in this game, I'm pretty sure. The champ gets banned a lot, as it turns out.
This is really good by I'm Rob to not take that inhibitor. I think RTM wouldn't have let him, but... especially 15 minutes in the game, you don't want to take that inhibitor.
Does he have enough? Oh, he doesn't have enough sustain to chew through the Karthus, so the 1-for-1 on the junglers.
Burn too much.
A couple of these 1v1s keep going all right for ROTM, but the overall game state just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh no, Akata was looking for the Hex Flash over the wall. He gets spotted by Steel City Warrior. That Vigar cage is actually kind of hard to see. I don't know how I feel about that.
Skin.
That's probably why he's playing it.
The color blindness.
Yeah.
You got 2 colorblind casters and they can't see Vigar cage, you know?
I mean,
not very helpful.
I straight up... I know Sneaky talked about it on his stream, but the gray health mechanic on Tahm Kench when that came out just straight up was invisible, right? Like, I thought it was supposed to be invisible, and then somebody mentioned that they could tell how much health he was going to get back by the shield, and I was just like, what? You can...
Yeah.
I just thought it was.
Thank God they changed that in when you have colorblind mode to what color it is.
Yeah, I just thought you weren't supposed to know. Like I thought that was just a mechanic for Tahm Kench. Was oh yeah, you just don't know how much damage you did to him until he dies.
Yeah, that's such a good mechanic, you know. It's kind of like Master Yi or something, you know.
Yeah, something like that.
When you start playing the game and he just goes invisible, and you're like, I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I played against a lot of Yi today. I was teaching a friend the game, so I was trying to explain to him like how to deal with Yi, and you know.
It doesn't help that they just they made the adjustment to him that was just a mega buff, and I don't
Hmm.
understand why they didn't realize that that was a mega. Anyway, um, anyway, the champ is just unfun, regardless of what division you are in.
That's
Oh,
for sure. Luckily, people think that he's pretty bad later, and you have to be pretty skilled with him. So most people don't play him up at Plat Diamond Elo, which is nice.
yeah. Well, Sheila gonna get her money's worth and get two turret charges in. Base is falling apart rapidly for ROTM as Mint Mirage continue their assault.
Yeah, I mean, they take the inhibitor. They actually take two at 18 minutes here, which isn't the worst. They are going to lose out a little bit on the XP and gold that those minions are going to be shoving, and RTM just needs to kind of sit and farm those. But if they get a triple inhib here, it's going to be really, really hard for RTM to do much of anything except clear the waves. So
Well, and their
hopefully they
champions
don't
don't
let that
even
happen.
deal super
Right.
well with it. You don't have a ranged AD carry that you're funneling gold into.
Right.
It's a Vigar carry, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the same as if that were
Not the wave
that were
clear that you need.
Jinx. Yeah. Blind gets taken solo unit. They're trying to find the engage, but Turtle is just standing strong on the Karthus. He's got a double kill. He's got a triple kill. Will they finish it off as he dies? The Requiem coming through. It's a quadra kill for the Karthus, and Rob is just trying to finish off the ace. Lexus running for the hills. The dash forward is going to be enough. Is he going to zip over the wall? Doesn't look like it is. Rob and baby Billy Freeman are headed back to take down the rest of the base.
Yeah, I mean, some trade kills coming out there. It definitely wasn't the cleanest fight, but when you're up 12k gold at 19 minutes, I don't think it really has to be. And so, Mint Gaming gonna look to take this tower, and I'm gonna guess they're not gonna go for the inhib with RTM respawning, but they keep pushing.
Yeah, they're sticking around. Barco Duck. Oh, not quite able to find the baby cage onto Rob. I am curious if he's actually got enough damage to burst through. We're gonna find out here in a second. Oh, he doesn't have primordial burst. Never mind. Oh, he's still on. He's still on his poor rank 1 ultimate. That's so sad.
Yeah, and I mean, you've also got Rob there that has the Hex Drinker, so it's gonna be pretty much impossible to like one-shot him given the gold discrepancy. But luckily enough for RTM, they don't get triple inhibbed, so they're gonna be able to just kind of farm out some gold here. They also have a dragon, which prevents the soul, but I would be surprised if we get to a soul in this game, given how it's going for RTM. But yeah, just gotta sit mid, gotta take what you can, get your farm, and at the end you're gonna have a big shindig to protect that third inhibitor.
Yeah. Turtle died during that last fight, got the quadra kill, and then went back and bought a whole Rylai's Crystal Scepter, so that makes it even more annoying to try to deal with this Karthus. Hecate Mask off, and Steel City Warrior are going to find Blind and finish him off very quickly. The face check into the Baron area, maybe not the best strategy. Maybe you feel like you can't let them have Baron, but Barco Duck
Well,
hitting a pretty big cage. They get the shutdown onto the Zeri. Yuna able to finish that one up. Now the charm and the knockup going to land onto Barco Duck as they do finish off that one. Turtle's still alive, still going forward. Yuna, does he have his dancing shoes on? Gets hit by one Skittle, and that'll mean that he gets hit by a second and burns down. Akata gets caught as well, and he'll fall to Hecate Mask off. It's Lexus versus the world, and I think the world's going to win, unfortunately. What is one car going to do against the entire world here?
yep. Well, this series will definitely give RTM Masters a lot to talk about, especially as they go into playoffs here. Kind of see where their strength lies, and you know, they are gonna have gonna go into it as the 2 seed, so they'll have one warm up week before they meet another really strong team again. So. I guess we'll see if we can catch the end of the Crowstorm series here.
Yep. So we'll be right back. But a 2-0 for Mint Gaming. Congratulations to them, and we'll check in on Crowstorm. They're actually still in Champ Select, so it'll be just a little longer than the last couple. I'll play some music here. I'm gonna grab some water really quick, and we'll be right back with game number 3 of Crowstorm versus OMTA. Oh, they're in the game. Oh, but we're still in spectator delay. Nice. Uh-oh, Coach Schneider calling the Masters team into chat right after their game.
Bringing out the belt. All right.
Still about a minute left in spectator delay. I guess I could just like put the draft up. We could talk about it.
Yeah, might as well. Wait, one game besides the first one that we won't be totally disoriented when we join, and we'll be able to talk a little bit about what teams are looking for and how things should go.
All right. Let me fix. I'm not gonna move the. Whatever. Not like it takes time. Boom. This one is OMTA. Okay. Naturally, I fixed that right as the timer runs out, so it didn't even matter.
Yep. Well, we'll have a few minutes to talk before teams meet. The action should get heavy. We could see Nautilus kind of go for an invade here, but yeah, I mean, I think again it's going to be RTM trying to look towards his bot side, especially with the Zeri. We saw how strong it was for MGM, and we'll see if RTM's able to pick out the pick and make use of it. On the opposite side, they're also probably going to be playing for their bot lane, especially since it's really one of their only places of damage in the team comp. You've got Shen, you've got Zach, some really hard to engage, but well.
Oh, well, they immediately readied back up, so this pause shouldn't last too long, but yeah, should be definitely kind of interesting. We don't have the context for what happened in game number 1, unfortunately, to like go through, what the strong part of that draft was for OMTA and how they managed to win, but this draft, you worry a little bit maybe about their damage output, but I also don't know that it matters too much, just because there's not a whole lot of like tankiness on the side of RTM, and there's our unpause.
Yes.
Pause. Okay, here we go.
We're back.
So the 5-man stack down on the bottom side for Return of the Middle Sticks, and they're gonna look for Shyesta. The flash hook is flashed away from.
That's big. Yeah, I really like them looking for that, because again, you're gonna be wanting to play through this bot side, and trading flash for hex flash is definitely not worth, especially on your carry. So nice for them to try to look for that. Pretty expected.
Yeah, and that's why when you're 5-pointing, you put your support there, not your ADC.
Yeah, especially Rakan, who can jump back to you, or even just don't risk it and drop the ward and back up, But it's also interesting. Veggie Peach elected to go for the exhaust over the ignite, so they're gonna actually have double combat sums, which will be really helpful in the 2v2.
I'm pretty sure they had this set up last game as well. So.
Oh, they froze the lane so that it's gonna push towards them, which is really smart. Or they didn't freeze it, but they pulled it so that you're gonna have to come into this flashless or Zaya is going to be flashless pushing in, which is not what you want at all, especially with Blazing Cake pathing down. But I like what RTM did here with the strategy.
Yeah, seems like a really good setup. We'll see if they get the big payoff. Yoroshiku is also headed down there. He's on the Zac this game rather than the Hecarim last game? My god.
Yeah, it feels so long ago. I've been around the world and back and can't remember the changes from an hour ago, if not.
Yeah,
So.
Vbon was playing Gnar. I've got that one. So
Yes.
he's back on that one. But yeah, Colbrin. I'm interested to see how this matchup plays out. The auction versus the Ari in mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want auction to be able to get the push, which he should just because he's an AD in mid, and then look to roam to the side lanes, probably bot. But I think this should be a really good pick for Colbrin, especially since he's put a lot of time into ADC. Should feel very comfortable for him to be on this auction pick.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So Cake.
I like this.
Cake takes the is gonna take the crab. Yoroshiku is headed down just to try to help maybe break this freeze, maybe get a little gank off. Knockup gonna land from Kid Kami as he's going forward. Garithar is pretty low, but now in comes Blazing Cake, and they're going to find that Yoroshiku is here. They're going to turn on to the Talia. Ignite ticking down, and it's first blood that goes to Kid Kami. So really nicely played by OMTA. It feels like the Zac trump card was what they needed during that gank.
Yeah, Yoroshiku played that so well. You knew what RTM was going to do, especially since they pulled the wave emergency dive.
Oh, they're going for the dive. They're going to knock Garithar into the tower. Kid Kami low, able to get back out. The Zac blobs are enough to tank up, and they get the pullback through. Benji will finish off one kill in exchange. The W not going to be enough to take down Kid Kami, but 2 kills going the way of OMTA in the bottom lane, and the solo kill in mid for control happened during all of that. Oh, Benji just not quite able to get out there. Takes Shayesta very low, but not quite able to do it. Blazing Cake trying to get anything he can, but he gets ignited by control. The autos are going to be too much. He doesn't have any way to get escape. The level up might have saved him, and Colbrin is in to get the revenge kill.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really interesting exchange there. I think before that all started, I just want to talk about how smart it was by Yoroshiku on the Zac. Wow, I'm not going to talk about it either.
Yeah, Wallop not quite going to land. He's able to dodge out of the Unraveled Earth, and Young Goblin staying alive up in the top lane with the fancy feet. Even keeping his flash, which is pretty important.
Yeah, team's just looking really good here.
Yeah, Yoroshiku in, the double knockup. Do they actually have the damage to take down Colbrin? They have the crowd control for sure, and he's got the hook
shot.
Hook shot? Is that just right? Is it just hook shot?
I don't know if it is, but I'm gonna.
It's the heroic swing. Hook shot is Kai's thing. That's why I didn't think that was it. But
I would have given it. You know,
it's just a grappling hook. Yeah. Anyway, Yoroshiku has been a menace on the Zac so far, and continuing just to straight up just gank everything, but Benji able to avoid that one, do a little bit of damage back over the wall.
Yeah, Yoroshiku is playing really, really, really well. Just trying to find picks and keep ganking his lanes while he can, and this is going to be the classic Zac over the wall gank here.
Yep, coming in, Garithar not quite able to find the wall with that hook. I don't think it would have saved him anyway. They'll pull back in Benji as well. And OMTA is going to have a pretty big lead here to start off. Shayesta even managing that distance so well. He's on a killing spree, 3-0-2 on the Zaya.
Yeah, and I like what Benji tried to do there. There's a really cheeky escape that you can do with her wall hop, where you basically do like a bard tunnel all the way back to your tower, but just failed it there and wasn't able to get out. Yeah, I really like how OMTA has been able to play around this bot side. I think whoever wins the bot side is going to win the game.
Oh, Colbrin getting knocked up, it's a big shutdown going for Blazing Cake first, but can they get out? Garithar just trying to scrap it on out. The Absolver not quite able to do enough damage. They get the Shen ult as well. the shot through the wall there from Benji as he's trying to layer in a little bit of damage. Shyesta is separated from his squad. He'll get hooked in by Garithar and taken
Huge.
down by the Talia. Young Goblin going in with the double taunt does trade one back, but in comes the heroic swing from Colbrin. He'll finish off the Zac, and he'll look again for the Goblin himself, and Young Goblin has nowhere to run. He'll get taken down, and Garithar is back to life. It's a big turn for Return of the Middle Sticks, as now they'll get the dragon at the end.
Yeah, they get the dragon, 2 shutdowns, and Gnar is just split pushing top lane and is going to get an additional plate for himself. The Shen is going to be put so far behind from that play. In a game that where OMTK, man, OMTA really had all the control they wanted. Just a couple seconds there and one bad team fight.
So the heroic swing against
Yes.
Ari seems kind of bad because you can interrupt it with the charm. He actually swung the opposite direction to avoid the I don't know if it was intentional to avoid the charm or he misclicked, but either way, Colbrin stays safe there in the mid lane. Vibon has finished up his phage and a pickaxe and starting to stack up a little bit of damage. You can see the steel caps providing a lot of defense for Young Goblin, but look at the CS lead that he's been able to open up there.
Yeah, I mean, he missed 2 waves for that TP bot, and then to not even get really anything out of it is really, really harmful for what the Shen's going to be able to do.
He did get a kill, so
yeah,
he came out roughly even in gold, I would say, but yeah.
Yeah, you're losing the XP, you're losing the tower damage. Well, I mean, Vivon got those waves and then also got 2 tower plates on top of it. So
the plates, even at least it wasn't nothing, right?
Yes,
if he didn't get the kill, this would be done, honestly.
Yes.
But, yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see RTM put a lot of prio on the Snar pick. I think it's something Vivon's pretty good at playing, and it gives them another damage option in top lane instead of the usual tanks that we're used to see him, but it also gives them the team fighting advantage, and that's kind of the power that behind the Gnar pick.
Yeah, Kid Kami
being able to have the
Shyesta hitting level 6 in the bottom lane. We were seeing a little bit of chicken there as Benji and Garithar can't really walk forward because of the double ults available. They called in Colbrin just to swing by and make sure nothing really happened. And you can see everybody just kind of hovering around the bottom lane permanently. Weaver's Wall available for Cake. Yoroshiku is in the side bush. And we might see a 3v3 here in just a second. But the Nara show is happening in the top lane. Young Goblin very low. The Q isn't going to connect, though, and finish that one off. Now the hook lands. They get the lightning crash back through. Kid Kami taken pretty low. Shyesta here. The dodges the Weaver's Wall with the Feather Storm. Really nicely done by Shyesta to escape that gank. And momentarily we back off. The Weaver's Wall catches everybody aside. Oh, he hooks Yoroshiku. I don't think that's who he wanted out of that bush, but that's who he's going to find. They'll come back through with the Let's Bounce. They get the Shen ult on top, and Control swings in from the side as well. OMTA collapsed for 3 kills.
Yeah, they didn't know Yoroshiku was there, so just playing that really well again, just kind of hiding, not really showing where he's at, and they're going to dive
Colbrin probably should have backed off earlier, but he's got the heroic swing out, so no harm, no foul. They'll grab a couple of turret plates here on the bottom side in exchange for Vibon maybe breaking that whole tower up on the top, but this is also an interesting tempo play. Now, Cake is pinging off on the Rift Herald, but already Kid Kami's headed up there for OMTA.
Yeah, I was sad we didn't get to see this draft because I think the Talia pick is actually really big here. You've got 4 champions with dashes that you can kind of prevent, but
God, Vibon doing so much damage with the boomerang blade. The hyperproc's not doing a whole lot, but that Q every time it comes up just is a big chunk out of Young Goblin, and he's going to make sure that Kid Kami can't even really help out.
Yeah, actually really fancy feat there to dodge quite a few of the skill shots, but yeah, he's going to back and have a ton of gold here. Already at 101 CS, almost 10 CS a minute, and that full tower in his pocket. He's going to pick up his hull breaker. Really needs to get back, though. Yeah,
RTM's grabbed the Rift Herald. They're trying to threaten here, take away a couple of these camps, and maybe look at this mid lane tower, at least a couple of turret plates here as they swing in. Benji's rotated up as well. RTM really looking for a big play in mid.
Yeah, and this is big too because you've got this mid pressure. I maybe would have wanted them to wait a little bit longer so that they could use this Herald, get the plates, and then have the mid prio into the Dragon. But
See, I think maybe
it
it's
is
the good
thinking of it
time
right
just
now.
with no
Mhm.
Shenel, with no teleport, means that he can't join. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over
They
you.
may get 2 towers here. No, you're fine.
Yeah, Yoroshiku. Oh, a good interrupt by Garithar, actually. Gets the little hook into him on the dash in. They'll get the second tower as well. It's traded out by Shyesta getting the solo tower down in the bottom lane, but um, RTM making a big play. It's a big team play. The gold that they've been getting has been spread kind of evenly among all of their members. Oh, the hook from Garithar not quite
Oh,
going to land, and now he's in a
nice
lot of trouble.
try.
Gets finished off by Control. Shyesta from the side needs to be the big target, but Cake gets eliminated. Benji trying to kite back away. Vbon is so low, taken down. It's a double kill for Shyesta, and it's all gone wrong. The health bar is just not there for ROTM, and Benji will get finished off. It's the... Is it an ace? It is a 5 for
Yeah, it
0
was an
ace
ace.
for return of the middle stick, or for the OMTA.
Yeah, and I think that's just a little greedy there from ROTM, especially because Vbon has not backed, had all that gold topside that he went mid, then they get 2 towers, and he just had his 2 components and hadn't bought to make himself stronger. So it's pretty rough there to try to fight, especially without the Nautilus R and Garithar flashing in there. I think he had, if it was gonna work out for RTM, flashing in there trying to find a pick would have been the way to do it, but just wasn't able to find it.
Yeah, they're trying to segment the Xayah. That would be a huge shutdown if they're able to get it, but a big root. You can see how strong the Xayah is. 7-1 on that champion right now. They did get the Shen ult out, which is relatively significant, but
Yeah, it means that he's going to be stuck in that side lane with Gnar, and Gnar's definitely been going to get the better of that matchup, especially up almost 60 CS, or over 60 CS. And we've seen the hurt he's been able to put down on him, TPing down to this bot side. So now really no way to get into the fights.
yep, both of them are unleashed, but because of the teleport now, no mobility for Young Goblin. So this is an isolated matchup down on the bottom side, with Vbon maybe able to join if there's some shenanigans afoot elsewhere. Right now it's a 1,000 gold lead just off of the back of that fight, though, for Omega Titan Esports Athena. They have a lot of name, like it feels like any one of those could be their team name, but instead they're all together.
I mean, it's about the same length as Return of the Fiddlesticks Crowstorm, so
I guess
yeah.
I'm in a glass house right now.
Yes. We didn't add the extra word of Darkwind, but you know, it feels the same.
Oh, the hook from Garithar. He didn't want that. He wanted Shyesta, and they're really trying to get this Zeri, but it's just costing them so much as 2 more kills. It's so well played by Shyesta. He's been pixel perfect almost with these feather storms.
Yes, and I mean, he's just having really good ultimates, and I think again it's their Garithar just trying to force a play that doesn't really need to be forced. You've got this Gnar that's just winning in the side lane, and I know they really want to get that shutdown, but you got to realize that there's just no way to get it with the Xayah ulti.
Yeah, Vbon has to 1v4 his way on out of here. Able to
He's
dodge
got
the Elastic Slingshot. He's got the Mega Gnar, but just no way to use any of it. Flips him into the tower. That's it down there. Colbrin, the only one who didn't die during that fight because he wasn't there. And OMTA is... This is an entirely different looking game.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of exploded. Like, RTM just trying to find fight after fight, and they're going to find another solo kill there.
Yeah, another solo kill for Control.
Yeah, I mean, Shyesta is just so strong at this point. It kind of reminds me of what we saw in the MGM Mitten Gaming versus RTM Masters team game, where their ADC got super ahead. And yeah, I mean, 4K gold lead, 16 minutes, 21-7 kills. It's RTM that really needs to find the isolated targets and try to get themselves back, get some of these shutdowns rolling.
Yeah, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, so the same position that the Masters team was in. They really need to find an assassination onto Shyesta, but this champion even more safe than the Zeri with the
Yes.
anytime that ultimate is up, it's going to be very difficult to get onto Shyesta. Plus, Gale Force is an item that is built, so you have the
Yep.
dash, you have the flash, you have the Feather Storm to deal with. It's a tough ask for this team comp for Return to the Middle Sticks.
It definitely is, and you don't necessarily need to start out with the Xayah pick, even though that is the juiciest shutdown. You've got shutdowns on three other members of OMTKA, so or OMTA. I know it's
OMTA.
yep. The K just rolls off the tongue so well.
Yeah, it doesn't help that that was last week we casted OMTK
Yes.
against the Masters team.
The confusion continues. Yeah, RTM trying to find a pick onto this Baron, but they've got, or onto the Dragon, but OMT is just gonna drop the Herald and go mid. They don't care.
Yeah,
about
kind of
this
calling
Dragon
them
at
out.
all.
They're using the Shen ult on top of the Zac engage. Benji trying to kite on the bottom side. Vbon just eliminated from the map. Now kiting back. Yoroshiku is such a menace on this Zac. There's been no space for any of the members of RTM to really do anything. Benji might be able to get something here, although the flash away from control is nice. Young Goblin does eventually fall. Blazing Cake very low, but the flash forward for the W from Yoroshiku finishes that one off. The Absolver not doing a whole lot there for Colbrin, as now Shyesta walking forward still has the Feather Storm available. A couple more autos just taking up the tower. Can Benji get the shutdown? Is there anything happening? There it is, the shutdown finally going the way of Benji. But look at what has happened. The cost of this all. It's the mid lane inhibitor plus one of the Nexus towers. They get another shutdown as Cake is able to finish that one off. It's actually an ace. I didn't see how Rakan died, but RTM defend their base for the time being. They get this wave pushing in mid that they can collect some golden XP from. It's not dead yet, but it's
yeah, they're also gonna get this
rough.
Dragon and an objective bounty. So you got 4 shutdowns there, which was super big, and I think it was big that Colbrin on the auction was able to actually get a kill. So he got Blazing Cake back up to help finish off and get that full ace. So that's a really big gold swing, and you see it cut into the lead there. It's only 2k gold difference now, but you've got this inhibitor that you're going to have to contest with, and hopefully they can just kind of farm that, wait for this Baron to come up and try to contest off of that. But still OMTA's game.
Yeah, definitely still their game to lose. They still have an 11-2 Xayah with almost 3 completed items. How close? Actually, yeah, like 300 gold, and you have a completed Infinity Edge as well to deal with. And that'll be before Benji's able to hit 2 on the Zeri.
Yeah, and we actually see Zac pick up the Demonic Embrace second here, which I actually kind of like. It gives you some of that tankiness, but then it also doesn't give you just the 2 damage threats of your Xayah and Ahri. And so I don't really mind the pickup here in this game specifically. So
Yeah, I think that that's a really fun item when you're ahead on Zac. It synergizes super well with what he wants to do, and
yeah,
gives
I mean,
you
you get the
percent.
health, you get the AP.
Yeah. Plus, it gives you percent health burn on your percent health damage from your W, which is pretty fun. Anytime you can stack those together. Oh no.
Yeah, both teams looking to farm a little bit. Oh, did the red go over the wrong person?
Yeah, Kate got it with the rocks had
yeah.
disappeared at the wrong time, so he stole it away from Benji.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yoroshiku and Shyesta are gonna duo up this Baron, and now the rest of the team coming in. This is a good play by OMTA if they can manage to stay healthy enough while they're doing it. Yeah,
I thought they were gonna try to sneak it because they actually came over the wall with Crab up, but Vbon might get a kill here, which could be pretty big.
Yeah, that's a nice solo kill for Vbon. You can see how strong he is in the side lane compared to the Shen. Even with all of the shenanigans going on, he's up a full item on the Shen.
Yeah, and that could kind of halt this Baron push if Vbon decides to come back. It looks like RTM's just going to try to trade this bot lane tower for the one in top. But it does kind of halt the Baron push because you can't have Shen joining and causing a numbers advantage. So very nice pickup from Vivon.
He's got to get out of there, though. We'll see if... I think his timer's short enough that he's out. So
Yeah.
that's a good pickup, though, for RTM. The 1-for-1 tower trade while you're behind, always profitable. No no objective bounties now. That's kind of strange. They fell off.
Well, I mean, you got 4 shutdowns and then 1 objective bounty on the dragon a little bit ago, and that was enough to clear the gold lead, enough to tamp those down. So
See, I would think 3,000 right now would still maybe be enough. I don't know. I'm biased right now.
It'd be interesting to see how it's calculated for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm assuming it's like based on game time and stuff like that. But
yeah.
They definitely got RTM definitely got their worth from the objective bounties and the shutdowns.
All right. Well, gotta pause real quick. That's not the right pause. I have a game paused one. There we go. Where am I getting pinged? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Nope.
Yep.
Oh, we're back. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Alright. OMTA threatening their way in to this red side jungle and walking in mid right now. There's our unpause pause.
Also, Vibon really needs to start joining his team here. He has a lot of the gold for his team, and needs to join up, link up with them so that they have a chance of defending.
He might be trying to push his rage, and that might be what he's looking for. But now, oh, tips over to Meganar. Maybe not ideal.
Yeah, there's not much to defend in mid.
Oh, the charm going to land onto Garethar over the wall. They'll get the pick to start that one off. That's pretty big for OMTA. Already they call in the Shen ult. The teleport on the tower coming in from Vibon. He'll get slapped in by Yoroshiku. He's just diving underneath the tower right now. In comes the squad from the back. Young Goblin gets taken down, though, by Cobran. And so far the defense going okay. Shyesta has to use the Feather Storm. Vibon walking forward. One auto. The Absolver finishes it off with the auto from Vibon. So, base defended again for ROTM. They're even going to hold this tower. It looks like it's got, you know, no health. It'll blow over in a little breeze. And they still have to be careful about walking in. Control and Kid Kami waiting the dash forward for the charm. They get the shutdown onto Blazing Cake. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, though, Vibon has found Yoroshiku just trying to finish off the Zac. He's healing so much, though, off of the Bloblets. Control dashes forward, gets exhausted. Benji with the W, and Cobran is able to bring back Blazing Cake from the grave. Vibon dashing forward. He gets ignited. Yoroshiku is low, gets taken down, and ROTM find another couple of picks. That's right as the Dragon spawns again.
And that's going to be even up the gold lead there. And the big thing is RTM has a lot of towers comparatively still left on the map. So that's a lot of gold that is not going to come back for OMTA. But they're going to pick up the 3rd Drake for themselves. So now they have a win condition, that Soul. And OMTA just overstepping a little too much. I really thought that fight was not going to go well because Garethar gets picked, and then you've got Vibon that TP's in without his Meganar, but RTM able to find exactly what they needed in this game and some life now for themselves.
Yeah, what they need is just a little breathing room on the map, I think. And now this Baron up in 2 minutes might be, dare I say, contestable for Return to the Middle Sticks. If they can find the right entrance into it, it still should be OMTA's, you know, ability to set up all of the vision around and maybe even look for a collapse here on Vibon. This could be pretty big as Vibon gets taunted up, gets knocked up, gets taken down in relatively quick fashion. And that's another shutdown going to Shyesta.
Yeah, couldn't even get the Gnar off even though he was going into Mega there. And that's a lot of RTM's gold that gets shut down. So RTM's just going to have to huddle up, try to protect this tower. I mean, OMTA has really strong AD carry in Shyesta, so if he's anywhere, it's going to be really hard for RTM to contest much.
Yep, ping on this mid lane inhibitor as they've separated Ari and Zac in the mid lane, the three-man squad up in the top. And in comes the minion wave. They're a little desynced, which
Ooh.
might help out our TM. Kid Kami taking a big chunk, has to flash away, actually, almost his entire health bar. And now Vaughn is back alive and able to rejoin and needs to start building his Narbar up. He'll hit that ward to be able to do it. And Baron is on the table here in 25 seconds.
Yep. RTM really needs to keep this middle inhibitor alive. It's the only way that they're going to have map pressure, especially considering that you've got Baron coming up here in about 15 seconds, and then what you're really eyeing if you're RTM is this Soul in 2.5 minutes. So do well here, push out that mid wave, get the vision around Baron, and we'll have to see if RTM decides to contest it or not. They're pretty close in gold.
Yeah, I think they probably feel like they're still pretty far behind, though. If I were playing this game, I would still feel pretty pressured, pretty behind. So
Yeah, especially with how much of their base is pretty exposed with that open inhibitor and a really low health tower bot.
But Young Goblin grouped up, he gets spotted on the ward as he'll take it down in the Baron pit. So now our team definitely knows that all 5 members of OMTA hanging around the Baron pit, and they've started it up. So
Ooh, man, this goes so quick.
yeah, I don't think that our team's going to look for the contest. They're going to grab some mid lane priority and maybe have to defend. Actually, they're headed in. It's not going to be in time, though. Baron gets slain by Shayesta, and now what does Crowstorm want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind them giving up the Baron here. It's pretty hard to walk in, especially since they already had. And so they're just going to set up for this Soul. That's in a minute and a half. And the last Baron didn't go so well for OMTA, so they may step up again and have some issues. So
Ooh,
I don't
Rakan,
mind
Zac,
RTM not doing
and
it.
Xayah have stayed up in the top lane, though. So they're
Yep.
going to get the push, which means that at least a couple of people are going to need to go back. They're keeping Vaughn and Colbrin here just to try to be the tower-taking authorities. They will get this this bot lane tower, but
And probably the
Shayesta,
inhib.
Kid Kami are headed for the inhib. Benji is back trying to defend, but I don't think that you really want Benji solo defending against all of this. The
Yeah.
inhibitor are going to fall here in the top lane, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for them to get in on this dragon. Cake playing with fire just a little bit, but Yorishiku's going to go for the back out. They're going to try to recall and get a little bit stronger right before the dragon spawns. Oh, he's just been a little bit off with this tectonic shove. Is that what it's called? Seismic shove? Something like that.
Yeah, seismic shove.
If he'd been able to hit any of those, though, onto the Zac, that would have been pretty big.
Yep. Now RTM's going to have to deal with the super wave top while this dragon comes up, and kind of looks like they're just not going to contest this Drake, even though I feel like it is a big win condition for them, but it's really, really hard for them to step in without having control.
Yep.
Goes down so quick.
That was,
You blinked.
well, 7,000 health didn't last very long, as it turned out. So,
That's for sure.
3 dragons to 2. Dragon 6 will spawn here in 5 minutes, and tense times for Crowstorm. Again, the stakes pretty high for them. A win, and they're feeling much more comfortable about playoffs. A loss gets them right to the brink of elimination, basically. So,
yeah,
really
they definitely
this
need to
one.
win their 2 games. They need to win 2 games wherever it comes from to have a real shot at it. And so, being able to find one here would be really big. But right now the big question is, where is ROTM gonna make their stand?
I don't know if Zac was trying to clear the second wall. Didn't look like it. Anyway, pressure in toward this mid inhibitor. RTM clearing away some of these minions, but Benji a little bit exposed here on the side. Yorishiku maybe has that target pinned on him with the elastic slingshot. But for now, it's defended, and the Baron buff falls off, importantly, during that last wave. So our TM again on defensive duty in this mid lane. Dash forward into the
Splash.
big speed coming through from Kid Kami, though. They get the charms through. Yoroshiku in, getting the slaps through. Cobran along the outside, just trying to collapse. Shyesta is free firing in the back, but now it's gnarred back in by Vbon. Benji is able to shut it down. There's a lot of projectiles just going back and forth, but it's a triple kill for Shyesta. He's so low, but he's just staying alive. Cobran is the last one alive. He's got to bring somebody back. He's got to get some kills. Control is very low. One more auto, two more autos. He gets shut down, and that's going to be the game.
Yeah,
The last stand from Cobran.
Find it. Yeah, if he was able to find a kill, he respawns his team there, and they're able to hold, but just not able to find it. A really, really good fight, given how that game started off for RTM, but in the end, not able to quite close it out. OMTA, hats off to them for a really clean game 3.
Yeah, we had some clench moments. RTM brought it back from the brink, but not quite able to find the turn in their favor. So a 2-1 win for OMTA. Yeah, it's a rough week, a 1-2 week here on the stream for the boys. We'll be back next week. I don't know exactly. Is playoffs immediately next week for
Master,
for
it will be, yeah.
All right. Well, so Masters playoffs next week. Going to be the priority, of course. We'll try to have that entire series. These other teams, hopefully they split the games so we can cover some more. But we'll be back next week with some more games here on the channel. You won't want to miss it. So for myself, for Lane, for Return of the Middle Sticks, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Good night.
Who are we gonna raid? No one I follow is online, unless it's just not loading. Alright, well, we're not gonna raid anyone then.
Nope.
Fuck.
Sad.